welcome to another DCU Daily. I'm not gonna go loud. I'm not gonna be loud. I'm not gonna scream. But welcome to the show, everyone. We are. God, today's an exciting day. Oh my God, sound effects. That's crazy. Dan is very excited about his new sound effects. But today we are going to be, obviously today's a big day because we're going to be discussing the new Peacemaker episode. But in addition to that, we are also going to be talking about Star Wars because some huge casting news dropped. We're going to be talking about some MCU stuff as well, rumors. Our boy Jeff is going crazy today with the rumors. We're going to be talking about superhero Mount Rushmores. That's a trend going on right now. So we're like, might as well do it. Obviously, we also have MovieTalk Madness in addition to Peacemaker. We'll be talking Toxic Avenger and Caught Stealing. We have our quick hits. And then, of course, we are going to be getting into some other DC news in addition to Peacemaker, as well as a stark reminder on the polls for, Fancast Friday for tomorrow. But all of that and more will come back after the wonderful news intro that we always have for you on these wonderful days.
It doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number two.
All right, Mr. I need to paint my abs on to get nominated. You don't see Robert Downey doing that.
You're kidding. You're kidding. I can't open the envelope without the...
Warner Brothers is heading back into the Matrix with a new movie in the works.
Wonder what other surprises are in store.
I want to be Bruce Wayne. I like that. You're gonna love me.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see chords.
Right there.
You look ridiculous.
Well, not no more, he don't.
What, dude? I can barely understand you. Your accent's insane.
What the
Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. Wow.
Wonderful. But hello and welcome to the show, newbies and regulars. It's very wonderful to see all of you. John, nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Whatever it is. But today we have a stacked panel on this wonderful day. We have not one, not two, but three people. Hello, Liz is like way more excited than Dan is, so she's going to get introduced first. Liz, how you doing on this wonderful day?
Hi, gang. I'm great. I had a nice nap earlier this evening.
An accidental nap, but it works. It's fine.
It happens.
And then Dan, you don't seem as excited. You okay, buddy? You okay? It's a long day. Was it a long day?
I'm tired. I'm tired, but I'm here, and it's gonna be a fun show.
Okay, good. Don't worry. We'll pump up the brakes, pump up the gas, whatever it is, to pump that up. Drink the ginger ale. Get excited. I might drink some Hawaiian punch. We'll see.
Go crazy. Let's go crazy.
But let's talk to the people in the chat. Monique, Marco, and Steven are in the chat. Hello, Monique. Happy Thursday to you as well.
Thank you for always spelling my name right. I appreciate you.
Hey, I spell your name right now.
I just mean the folks in the chat. I appreciate it.
Anyway, also hello, Steven. Very well, for you it's 1 a.m., but for us it's almost midnight. But hey, we still technically started on Wednesday, or technically started on Thursday. Jesus Christ, I don't even know my days anymore, so it's fine.
It's gonna be a long one, gang. It's gonna be a long one tonight. Oh boy.
But not a huge fan of Brussels sprouts, but I hope you enjoy it. I like the meatloaf part. My mom makes a bomb meatloaf. But yes, okay. So not a ton of people yet, but they're leaking in. So let's get into the first thing. Obviously, we got to talk about poll stuff, and the first thing we got is this wonderful little poll that we have. Talking about Fancast Friday, and it seems like that, Wally and Power Girl were tied for a little bit, but then Power Girl eked out. I think one person was like, you know what, let's give it to the boobs of wonder and give it to Power Girl. a little bit. But hey, honestly, with how Wally is going, it seems like he's going to be, because what we like to do is put the person in second place in, they get another shot, and if they win, they win. But it seems like Wally's probably going to win next week. But if you guys have other decisions, we're going to be talking about those tomorrow. But this is our little Fancast Friday poll. So if you have not voted yet, 82 of you voted, and we appreciate that. But if you have not voted, go to the post community tab, whatever the hell it's called, and go vote. But yeah, let's move on to the actual news.
I mean, like, I'm actually, I wonder if it is gonna get back to being tied. I don't even know what the math looks like, if it's possible for it to even be tied again. Because if the math is mathing, that'd be interesting. If it does tie, it would be interesting how we approach that whole situation.
Yeah, sorry. You were entranced. You were entranced by the stallion.
I was gonna pick that too. I think that's an interesting conversation.
But you know, the boobs. I'm sorry, people like boobs. But even outside of that, Power Girl's a great character. Like, I know it's like people make fun of the boobs a lot. They worship the boobs. They make fun of the boobs. I get it. But like at the same time, Power Girl is genuinely a great character. From what I've read of her, she is a great character. She's like Supergirl, but better. So, you know, hats off to Power Girl. But Patrick, hello. Welcome to the chat. Steven's asking, are you feeling better? Dan, are you feeling better today?
You know, it's a work in progress, slow moving, not 100%, but getting closer, I suppose. Yeah.
Good evening, Movie Spud. Ooh, saw Superman for the 5th time at our brand new theater. That I remember you talking about that. Yeah. Guy sitting next to me was bopping to some of the music. I mean, that John Murphy score is pretty great.
I cannot think of that movie without the I'm a punk rocker playing in my head after the fact. Yeah. Like, that's just,
I don't know. I will say Mr. Terrific Aura Farming to 5 Years Time by Noah and the Whale. That's still pretty good, even though, you know, James Gunn always lies because he's like, there's not going to be needle drops. There were 2, James. You lied. You are a dirty rotten liar, but we still love you anyway.
Am I wrong? Hold on. Wasn't that all in the credits, though?
What was it?
You're talking about Superman needle drops. I'm like, wasn't that all in the credits?
Well, 5 Years Time was in the middle of the movie. That was during the Mr. Terrific fight scene.
Yeah.
And Punk Rocker still technically happened prior to the credits. It just leaked into the credits. And then James Gunn hired like a band to like make a Mighty Crabjoy song, but it was like it counts, but it also doesn't count. So yes. Anyway, let's not filibuster for too long. We gotta get to the most exciting news today. Well, maybe the most exciting news. I don't know if anybody's really excited for this, but hey, Star Wars Starfighter, Amy Adams, our new Green Lantern, they joined the cast, and production is going. I don't really know what to say. I don't really fucking care about Star Wars anymore. So why don't you take the helm, Dan?
Yeah, I was gonna say that this is exciting because, I mean, Amy Adams and Aaron Pierre, you got a Green Lantern and a Lois Lane in there now, alongside, of course, Signoffs. So you can't really go wrong with talent at the end of the day. And then Sean Levy produces, you know, like him or hate him for it, likable movies. Like, you know, that he might play a little bit safe at times, but his movies do well. I mean, the last movie he did made $1 billion. There's not many of those going around these days. And I know you're gonna say it's, you know, nostalgia bait and all that, Deadpool and Wolverine, but this is Star Wars. I mean, here's the thing. This is a much better
I apologize. Talent. I didn't have my microphone on. Yeah. It was through the webcam microphone. I apologize. So Smacky, if the audio was bad, that's my fault. And Dan's kind of going in and out with his microphone. So we apologize for the bad audio if there is bad audio.
Okay. I'm going in and out with my feed all the time. So, you know,
yes,
we all got problems. Solar flares.
So apologies.
Yeah, my audio will be fixed in a few minutes.
Because sometimes, like, I always have my webcam plugged in, but I don't always have my microphone plugged in, so it automatically goes to my webcam if I didn't have this plugged in.
But that's how you know we're not bots. So
yeah,
you're welcome.
That's actually
no. We appreciate that because I was like, wait, because I know yours was bad, but he commented it after it got okay. I'm like, oh, maybe mine's bad, so I checked it. So no, that's good. And yes, that is marginally interesting. Just a lot of great talented people stooping to a Sean Levy directed Star Wars movie. Sure, like maybe they needed a new yacht. That's what whenever, like, you know, Hugh Jackman, he needed a new yacht. That's why he did Deadpool and Wolverine. Just needed that money for a new yacht and to spoil the person he cheated on his wife with. Oopsie daisies. You know, but this is cool, I guess. I'm sorry. I just don't really care about Star Wars. I'm sorry. I know, not very interesting, but
I was just gonna say this is.
We appreciate that.
I thank you. I was gonna say though, this is exciting to me because if you scroll down on this article, I think it's either this one or the next one. They have
Damn it, Hollywood Reporter, get the frag out of here.
They actually have a tweet, or I think if there's a tweet or with an image from Instagram, I think it's either this one or the next article.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, you have to go to the next one. There you go. If you scroll down on this one here, it's day one. A whole new adventure begins. I like the look. I mean, it's black and white. Is the director and the main star of the movie, Ryan Gosling, Sean Levy. But and then I think if you scroll down even further, I think there was there's an Instagram thing you have to click on, but it's more real today because they started filming. I mean, look, there's many Star Wars
guy
movies,
right here. He knows
right?
what's up.
It's exactly. I'm like, most Star Wars movies don't get this far. So,
I mean, Ryan Johnson had a trilogy. Taika Waititi's had a trilogy. Kevin Feige had a trilogy. The guy who's like exotic name I can't pronounce, and I'm not even gonna bother pronouncing. That guy had a trilogy.
Was it Famuyiwa?
No, it was somebody else. I forget his name though. Like that, you get a trilogy. You get a trilogy. You get a trilogy. Everybody gets a trilogy. Yeah, on the cosmic side, Aaron Pierre is fucking killing it.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
James Mangold, not a trilogy, but he's apparently getting a Star Wars movie with Dawn of the Jedi. So, you know, we'll see.
Moderator Fiona's in the chat, of course. Also, Enterprising joining in right now. Hello, peeps. It's Star Wars, so we know David Cornswell will watch it, and maybe Henry will also to support his former co-star. You know what? Good points. I think, Liz, I want to get your opinion. John, if you want to go back to the Hollywood Reporter article for a second. What do you, because here's the thing, this movie already has, of course, Ryan Gosling in the role. Mia Goth is in this as well. So there you go. You see in the second paragraph, you've got the whole cast: Simon Bird, Flynn Gray, Daniel Ames.
Yeah, that's who this person is right here. That's Flynn
Jamal
Gray.
Westman. And Matt Smith's already in this. Remember we talked about that? Matt Smith is playing one of the villains. I think Mia Goth might also play a villain. So Liz, your thoughts on adding Aaron Pierre and of course you've got not the former Lois Lane, Amy Adams, but then Green Lantern. I mean, I guess the only person they're missing at this point is David Cornsweet. And John, let's scroll back up to the image for a moment. But
I wouldn't mind seeing Nathan Fillion. In
I was thinking of, you know who I was thinking of? Sorry, Charmin Obayad Chinoy. That's who I was thinking of. It's not canceled yet, but it's in development.
Yeah, Charmin Obayad Chinoy. She's actually a Pakistani director. She made that documentary that got her, and then she directed, because she got famous from that. Then she directed a few episodes in Miss Marvel. And I think she was the last director on that Ray movie that's been put on hold.
Yep.
So, but anyway, I mean, Liz, what do you think? Amy Adams, Aaron Pierre, you got Green Lantern in here. You've got our Lois Lane.
It's still a Star Wars thing. I'm gonna reserve judgment. Chris Evans could join the cast, gang. It doesn't mean it's gonna be a good fucking movie. Okay.
Yeah, especially if Chris Evans joins the chat.
Don't, John. You know better. I refuse to count my chickens when it comes to Star Wars projects anymore.
Fiona's in the chat. Hello, Fiona.
Hey, Fiona. They've been just pandering so much lately that and granted, there are still a lot of the shows that I have not watched, I have not caught up on. They are on the list. I am going to try and get to them, starting with Skeleton Crew, even though I still think Spare Parts is a better title because that seems to be the only one that sticks in my brain when I think about it. But I don't. Again, you could freaking get Carrie Fisher back from the grave, and it's still not going to get me excited. I'll see it. I'm gonna see it, but I'm not gonna get excited for Star Wars anymore. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. Also, the title's real dumb. So
it is a very dumb title.
I can't. I can't be excited for him anymore. And this is coming from somebody who built their own lightsaber android at Disney. Okay, gang. So don't go there with me. They have gotten my hard-earned dollars.
Fucking,
I enjoy the toys,
you know.
but I've been burned one too many times.
And it looks like Ryan Gosling is going for for that non-eyebrow look, and it's just like, ew, gross.
Oh, and he's doing.
And it looks like he has a mullet
kind of thing. No, man. Come on.
Why are you uglifying yourself, Ryan Gosling? You're like peak human perfection. Like, stop. Like, don't do that.
He looks like he's gonna be in like some
You could save that
80s
one.
band that sometimes goes acoustic. I can't do it.
You work enough.
I mean,
you didn't need that. You know?
Can't do it. You can't do it.
You work enough.
Exactly, Fiona. I'm gonna see it. I'm not gonna like it, but I'm gonna see it. Of course, I like Ryan Gosling.
Why would you?
It's like that scene from Bob's Burgers where it's like, fine, I'll go, but I'm gonna complain the whole time.
100%.
Like, but why? It's like you haven't seen the movie yet. Like, you don't know. It might be great. It's
because again, I've been burned one too many times, buddy.
I don't.
I'm tired of giving my energy to these folks.
I'm done with Star Wars.
I can't do it anymore.
For me, Star Wars ended in 1983, and that's where I will draw the line. I'm okay with that. It had a great trilogy, and then nothing happened after that. They had this really great trilogy, and boom, that was it. Return of the Jedi.
Listen, even the stuff that I do, like I like Mandalorian, even the stuff that I do enjoy, they get to a point where they're pandering to audiences. They're putting in cheesy lines for the sake of cheesy lines. At the end of the day, all Lucas's motivation has never been to sell toys.
Yeah, but
and I can't. After Solo, they fell off for me. I can't.
But
again, I will see it.
Like
I will see it, and I'm hoping that I will like it. It would be nice if the 2.5, 3 hours that I'm going to sit in that theater are enjoyable. I would prefer that, but I just can't give my energy to them at all right now. And I also, again, you know me, I need to see a trailer. I got to see a trailer.
I mean, look, Rogue One is probably the best Star Wars movie ever made, in my opinion. It's better than any of the original trilogy
quite
movies.
frankly, it wasn't a Star Wars movie, though. It's so far removed from it's nothing like any of the other films. That's why everybody likes it. It's not. It's a completely different. For me, it's a completely different vibe. So, yeah, I enjoyed it, but it didn't need to be Star Wars anything. You know.
Well, but it was Star Wars by design. I mean. I'm just I think Rogue One was fantastic. I think Andor is Liz. I know you have that on your list.
It's on the list. It's on the list. I will get to it. Yeah, I will.
Yes. And yes, I'm being told that my mic is crackly. I think I am figuring that out. Is it better now? Or is it still crackly?
It is better now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know what was going on. I fixed the problem.
Dan's got a lot on the fire over there, gang. You don't know what the man's going through right now. He's landing ships.
You have no idea.
For goodness sakes, y'all don't know.
Well, okay. So in the new extended universe, Travis is saying pre-episode 7. So this is before the J.J. Abrams. The Force Awakens. Han mentored a starfighter championship called the Five Sabers. Gosling, being an adult pilot who was mentored by Han as a teenager, could be fun. You know what? The haircut would match. If that's what it is, it would be great. Yes. That actually is a fantastic idea. I did not know about that, but yes, I would definitely do that. He was like, yeah, I know Dan's got a lot coming. Andor is great, although it's spelled with an A, movie spud, but that's
Endor is the moon that Return of the Jedi took
right.
place on.
Yes. It's Andor. Yes. Of course, based on Cassian Andor. Hey guys, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Of course, you got Matt Smith, Mia Goth, of course, Ryan Gosling leading the charge, and then Amy Adams, and now of course the Jon Stewart Green Lantern, Aaron Pierre, joining the show or joining the movie Star Wars Starfighter. The fact this movie is actually in production and they posted this photo as day one, to me is already like miles ahead of anything Star Wars that they've done in years. It's actually a real movie that might actually happen, that they're actually starting to produce. So there's more tangibility to it than anything that we have seen in a long time. So but yeah, I mean, look, Star Wars, I think, is a franchise that deserves to be at the movie theaters.
We all made that mistake, Patrick.
Seen on the biggest screen possible. But I hope that this is, the
Yeah,
return to Star Wars on the
I
big
still
screen.
prefer it on the
That's
big screen to
yeah.
streaming. So yeah, I agree with you there for sure. They
Yeah.
spend all that money on the special effects. You should see it on the silver screen.
Yeah, I mean, let us know in the comments, guys. What do you think about Starfighter, Star Wars Starfighter, starring
Technically,
Ryan
it's
Gosling?
over here now, but it'll be down below eventually.
Yes.
Yeah,
What are you
that
talking about?
it's
What-
fine. I'm fine. Anyway,
I don't know what John is pointing.
like
at, but-
I was
broken
pointing
out
to the
again.
comment
We're broke.
section. That's I was trying to point down. I'm
right,
like, oh,
right.
for
Well,
right now,
live
the comments
chat
are
and
over there.
comments. Right.
Boop, boop. There we go.
Either
Sorry.
place. Let us know.
I'm trying to
All
be
right.
cool, guys, but I'm not cool. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all
You're
good.
too cool
You're
for
cool. You're
school,
plenty
John.
cool.
No,
There
I'm
you go.
not.
Cool
Exactly.
for
No, I'm
school.
not.
But there, you know what? There was, speaking of Rogue One, there was this on a sadder note, a story. And speaking of, stars from Pakistan, of course, Riz Ahmed, also another Pakistani star.
Just talking about him the other day with Relay.
Relay.
Yeah, dude. So good.
And he had an unforeseen health scare while he was filming Rogue One. Of course, he was
I
one of the.
appreciate it.
He played one of the more memorable roles in the movie. He revealed recently that he was hospitalized after his body essentially gave up while he was filming Rogue One, recalling the experience a silent and intense healthcare while filming the 2016 Star Wars movie. John, if you scroll down a little bit, I just wanted to read off the first little bit of the of this article. He was on this recent with Penn Badgley's podcast.
Penn Badgley has a fucking
Crushed.
podcast now too.
I know.
Does everybody have a podcast? God
Yeah,
damn.
it's called Try Not to Curse, available everywhere you get your Audible content, including Audible. Anyway,
Yes.
yeah.
There you go.
I don't know that I want to talk to Penn Badgley though.
He's not the same person on you. He's not that guy.
No, I know that, but
he's playing a role. I mean, but okay. But the
I'm
point is,
aware he's.
you guys are
I
getting.
wasn't
Okay,
saying
hold on.
I was worried I was going to get murdered. I was
That's-
just saying I don't know that he is like exciting like that. But if he is,
Well,
good for him.
Riz Ahmed's story essentially, he described it as the intense pain and explained that he had to grapple with the grief, but also the acceptance that he experienced following a very intense health scare while filming the 2016 film. In the Hollywood Reporter, they continue on here saying Ahmed shared that his body just kind of like gave up on him, and that he was extremely exhausted when he was filming the movie. His health became so bad he was hospitalized for a period of time where he had to really try and regain my strength. It was like building myself up from scratch. It was super scary and intense and quite prolonged, actually.
Pretty crazy.
I mean, it's he played Bodhi Rook, who was an essential character who's sort of there not from the very begining, but he's there for the majority of the movie.
I remember this happened to Winona Ryder in the 90s. That's why she couldn't do Godfather Part 3. She just just like passed out because of exhaustion, and she's like, I can't do anything right now. So that's why she was replaced with Sofia Coppola in Godfather Part 3. So, just I understand, like, it's the whole thing with like actors. It's like for certain people, it's like hard to feel bad for them. Oh, they're getting millions of dollars. They're doing this, they're doing that. But it's just like, but they're still people. Like at the end of the day, like Riz Ahmed seems like a cool dude. Like he seems like genuine. He's not like, these super like 1% of the 1% type people that are like just blind to reality kind of thing. He seems okay. Like he seems maybe I don't know. He could be a huge asshole in real life, but like I'm just like it's sad to see because I mean the similar thing happened to Bob Odenkirk on the set of Better Call Saul. He had a heart attack. So you just gotta just watch out for your health, guys. Try to go to the doctor as much as you can. I know I'm saying that as a guy who is obese, since I don't take care of myself. But I care about you guys enough to please take care of yourselves.
It's all about it, again, just not over. I mean, I know a thing or two about overworking myself, so I can relate to this experience. Thankfully, something like that hasn't happened to me yet, but it's a good warning, as it were. And also, Riz Ahmed has bars too. Like saying, you can look up his raps. He did a movie where he played like a deaf musician, right? Am I wrong about that? And
Sound
he was
of Metal.
nominated for an Oscar. Sound of Metal, right?
It was because the whole thing was like he was progressive deafness, like he was going to go deaf, but he was like still had his hearing, so like he was like grappling with like slowly losing his hearing. I heard it was very good.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Your immunity breaks down. It overloads the nervous system. Stress does that too. Just being overworked does that. M2G's here. Hello. Watched Caught Stealing, and the movie
We
Spud
will
might
be
see you
getting into
next
that
week.
soon enough.
We'll actually be talking about it soon. And speaking of talking about soon, D. Cole, we saw you joining in the chat. We will also be talking about Peacemaker season 2, episode 2, very soon. And yes, Sound of Metal is a great movie. And again, just like Fiona said, don't
That got
overwork.
nominated for
Rest
Best
up and take
Picture, I
care.
think.
Yep.
It was. I mean, he should have won at least some. I think he won a couple of awards during the award season. He didn't get the Oscars anything big at the Oscars, but he did get some recognition along the way. So, I mean, Enterprising. Look, we're all here to celebrate the movies, and hopefully, this is a place where you can release some of that stress if you have it, or at least put it aside for the moment while you are here, and just enjoy the moment. By the way, there's a Gilmore Girls documentary in the works with Kelly Bishop, Jared Padalecki, Chad Michael Murray, and more.
You're
Done?
like, you got real excited.
That is so weird. Okay, hold on.
Dan, breaking news, guys. Dan is a middle-aged white woman. Like, what?
No,
Dan is
seriously
wide
though.
awake now, gang. He has put the
Damn.
light back in his pencil. Good for you, Dan.
And Dan, did you know that Twilight Saga is returning to theaters? You excited about that too?
We already talked about it yesterday, so that's old news to me. But I mean, okay, we're gonna bring that back in quick hits. Don't you worry. We'll save that for quick hits.
I've seen
I'm
bits and
very
pieces of
excited
it.
for
I
you,
am
Dan.
aware
I'm
of the
very
last
excited for
Starfighter.
you.
Okay, but on the Riz Ahmed front, of course, I think it's lesson learned for him, and of course for the rest of us too. So hopefully, just don't overwork yourself. And obviously, I think Riz Ahmed he wanted to take advantage of all the opportunities that were coming his way, as do most actors, because you never know when your opportunities will dry up. So understand that. Yeah, no, I am a Gilmore Girls fan. I've always been I feel like have I not talked about that on the show? Yeah.
Hopefully not.
When I met Sean Gunn, I had him sign a Guardians of the Galaxy 8x10, but I said to him, I will have you know I have been a fan of yours since Gilmore Girls.
Yes,
Thank you
Kurt.
very much.
Come
I am
on,
not
Kurt.
jumping on a bandwagon here. I have always liked you.
Sean Gunn's best character ever is still Kurt. He's still that's.
But quite
so
frankly,
great.
that is literally how he is in real life. He is so socially awkward.
That's how I knew Sean Gunn like prior to the Guardians, because my fucking sisters are obsessed with Gilmore Girls, and I'm like,
yeah, I love Gilmore.
They should have come to the Gilmore Girls weekend we had here.
Although now, for right now, my mom actually hates Gilmore Girls because Hallmark is doing like a fucking like 24/7 Gilmore Girls marathon, and it's interrupting her Hallmark movies, and she's very upset about it.
Dan, I'll have you know I met Scott as well, and I did meet Jared Padalecki, as you know.
Ooh.
So.
Okay, Fiona would love to hear those stories because she's a huge fan. I got her on the show, or I think she started watching it, and I was like, "Oh, I love the show." I'm like, "All right." Well, anyway,
hello Nelson and hello Jalen.
Yes, hi Jalen. By the way, that I've been calling Star Wars Starfighter the last Starfighter for the past 3 months, so I could totally the last Starfighter is a cult classic.
Yes,
yeah.
Directed by the man who was the original Shape in Halloween.
Speaking of Superman, of course, the same creator, Amy Sherman Palladino, was the creator of Gilmore Girls, which was meant to be taking place in I think it's like not Mystic, Connecticut, but it's a Mystic, Connecticut-esque town.
So we had a Gilmore Girls weekend here a couple of months back because the bandstand that is in Stars Hollow was taken from my town, New Milford, Connecticut. Parts of
you froze up.
I'm waiting. Also parts of Oxford, Connecticut. So they took bits and pieces, but we actually have a Stars Hollow yarn store up the street here as well. So it's a lot from this area where I am in Connecticut. But yeah, we had Chad Michael Murray here.
Oh god, that guy. Yes.
Here. Yeah. So it was a good time. Fun had by all, from what I understand. But yeah.
My biggest pet. I know, right? That used to happen so often. They would just not touch their food. I'm like, that's the first thing.
And there's so much food on the show. There's so much food on the show.
It's like when you watch old sitcoms, like Everybody Loves Raymond, and like Raymond's always like eating like the same piece of bread, and he's like ripping off tiny pieces. I'm like, dude, like who the fuck eats like that?
John, you were talking about continuity. That kind of stuff kills me when they've eaten half their piece of cake and then the next shot is a full piece
fun
of
fact,
cake again.
that was a thing that the showrunners and like directors and like crew hated on Hannibal,
like Robert,
because
like
Mads Mikkelsen insisted on eating all the food on that show. and he would like
Love
chew
him.
and swallow, like, because there's like spit buckets,
Yeah.
and so people would get like so mad at Mads Mikkelsen because he would actually eat the food on the show because he's
love
like,
that
it's
dude.
good.
I totally would eat the food on the show. I'm like, it's free food. Like you're acting and you get like free catering and crafty right while you're filming. Of course, why not? Just it makes a more authentic performance. But all right, well, hey, you know what? This was an impromptu news topic, but hey, Gilmore Girls documentary in the works with Kelly Bishop.
I
Jared
love
Padalecki.
finding out that you have been a closeted Gilmore Girls fan, and now you can just let your fan freakdom fly. Good for you.
25th, dude, 25
I
years
love it.
is the
I
25th
love it.
anniversary of this. That's great.
I love it.
That's great. That's also perfect.
Who do you think Rory should have ended up with?
Oh God, none of them because they were all stupid idiots.
For
Yes.
real. For real.
That's
Also,
the
she had
correct
really bad
answer.
taste in men, so
Agreed.
that's yeah.
But certainly not stupid Luke. Stupid Luke.
No, wait. Luke
I
is
don't
the
know.
guy
I
she
just-
does
I
end
just-
up with, right? Like the
I will
rich guy.
say one of the funniest
No.
things
I don't
remember
buy his
is-
act. I don't never buy his act.
One of the funniest
Agreed.
things I saw, like footage from a con where like some girl like had it was a supernatural convention specifically, so Jared and Jensen were there, and some girl had a shirt that said like Team Dean or like something about
Yep.
Dean,
Yeah,
and Jensen Ackles was like, "Oh, nice shirt," and Jared Padalecki's, "Well, I hate that shirt unless it's a Gilmore Girls shirt."
That's yes. Perfect.
I thought
That's
that was
fair,
funny.
Fiona. That is fair. That girl, when she quit school and everything, that whole season, ooh, I was so mad at
Yeah.
her.
She was the most
So mad,
frustrating
guys.
character in
So
the show.
mad.
You seriously, that B, like, get over yourself. Anyway,
God, I'm like, seriously, you have an easy life. Like if that's all you're worried about, like that's,
literally, she got everything
Yeah.
she was working towards, and then she was like, it's hard. The world is hard. Okay.
You're like rich, white, and like beautiful. Like the fuck are you
She's
talking
not
about?
rich. The grandparents are rich.
Yeah, but like
filthy
she
rich.
lives in
like,
Connecticut.
Not-
Like she's rich.
Yeah, they live in
I
West
mean, we
Hartford,
all
where I
live
went
in
to college,
Connecticut.
where
Come
Fiona
on.
and I went to college. Shout out West Hartford.
Hey, I live pretty close to West Hartford actually. So there you go.
I'm not telling people where I live because I don't want to be doxxed. You've already doxed me enough, Dan.
I've already mentioned it by
I
accident.
know where you live, John. I know. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
do
have a
know that's
machete
pretty
under my
close.
bed, so if you come trespassing,
Ooh,
I
so
will
do
be
I.
ready.
I do too. Also, we
Right.
just told them where our weapons are, though.
Yeah, dude, that's actually a good point. I will go looking for that first before I sneak up on you. See, there you go. Ooh-ha.
They'll be
Yoo-ha,
hiding under the
yoo-ha.
bed with
Right.
the machete ready to go.
Okay, all right. I think it's time for us to get back to regularly scheduled programming.
This is why people tune in for this extra content. You don't get this anywhere else.
Anyway, happy birthday, Jack. Well, belated birthday, Jack Kirby, because now it's
on
Now
the West
East
Coast.
Coast.
No. On the
It's,
West Coast,
it's
in the Central Time
Now
Zone, in
it's
the Mountain Time
tomorrow.
Zone. It's still his birthday. Happy birthday, Jack Kirby. 1917. Well, am I reading that right? From 1917 to 1994. I mean, Jack Kirby also, Marvel, not just they've been doing this all year. I mean, they paid tribute to him at the end of Fantastic Four in the credits, and they paid tribute to him here as well.
in fact, for us on the East Coast, it is actually Chadwick Boseman's birthday. Happy birthday, rest in power, Chadwick Boseman. We'll probably talk about
Happy
more of
birthday.
that on Friday's episode,
Yeah.
but just would like to mention that now.
Yeah, and there's actually a really nice tribute we did for him on the channel. If you guys want to look for that, I think it was emotional to work on because it was like really recent to when he passed. But always I wish that I mean everybody wishes he was still around, but I wish his version of the character got to carry on. They killed him off in the MCU, the T'Challa character, but. Happy birthday to Chadwick and happy belated to Jack Kirby. If you look at my characters, you will find me no matter what kind of characters you create or assume. A little of yourself must remain there, said Jack Kirby. And that was what you saw at the end of the movie.
And Jack Kirby, speaking of Jack Kirby, that will relate to a quick hit story that we will get into much later. So, but yeah, Jack Kirby. Legend. Apparently, there was also a really good story I was reading up on. It just appeared on my feed where it was like this guy way back in the 70s. Like Jack Kirby had like a listed phone number,
Yeah.
And like they had just moved to like right outside Los Angeles, and he like called up. He's like, "Hey, what's like
So
411? What's Jack Kirby's phone number?" And like, "Hi, can I speak to Jack Kirby?" And like Jack Kirby talked to him for like 20 minutes. He's like, "Oh, I live like right near you. Why don't I just drop by?" And he signed all of his comics, and he gave him this like he quickly drew an image that said like hi, the person's name, and so it definitely wasn't AI generated crap. So, and he has that framed image of, you know, way back when Jack Kirby came by and signed all of his stuff.
that is
So
really cool. That's really cool.
that was
And then
awesome.
again, there was a bit of a correction, John, on what you said earlier. It
Oh,
was
anniversary
the
of his death. I
28th,
apologize.
the anniversary of his passing now 5 years ago. It's kind of wild
That
to think
was
it
my
was
bad.
5
I'm
years
sorry.
ago.
That is really crazy.
But still, I mean, hey, again, just the fact that he's no longer with us. He went at a really young age. He was in his 40s, if I remember
Yes.
correctly. Am I wrong about that?
Guys, check your colons, get a colonoscopy. Please do. I know, like, oh, that's gross. Like, please, that's the
It's really
silent
not.
fucking killer.
Yeah.
Go get a colonoscopy, even if it's like
What
prior to
it's
your
even
40s.
it's even worse
it's
what
still
you go
important.
through if you don't get checked. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so please get your. I know it's gross. I know it's sucky, but like,
And
you know what? It's
ladies,
better
you get
than,
all your
you know what?
checks too.
Having
Ladies,
to
you
poop your
too.
brains out is a hell of a lot better than finding you got colon cancer and it's too late. So, you
Yep.
know, get your colonoscopies. I'm
Yep.
due next year. So, you know what?
I've
Gotta
already
do it.
had one.
So, boom, there you go. Just remember that. Just try to get
Hey,
checked
Tony.
out as much as you can. Also,
I mean, but
apologies
check
for
your
the
boobies.
discrepancy. That was my bad.
no, it's all good. It's all good. But I mean, since we're on the subject, I did want to quickly take a moment. I mean, for you, John, what do you most remember about Chadwick Boseman? If you had to, what would be your most memorable performance for Chadwick? Looking back at his
I
career.
remember, like, I remember his movie Get On Up the most. That was a great
Mhm.
performance in a very subpar movie. Obviously, you know, Black Panther. I haven't seen like a ton of his movies. I've seen bits and pieces of 42. I saw the Thurgood Marshall movie again. Great performance in a subpar movie. That was like one of the things. Like he was in not the best movies. Like I heard 21 Bridges was not that great, but he was great in them. I've heard like pretty much him as Jackie Robinson was pretty much his like best
I like 21
performance.
Bridges a lot, actually. He was really good in that.
So I
Underrated
heard he
movie,
was
yeah.
great in Ma Rainey's
Yeah.
Black Bottom. I know he was nominated for that. A lot of people were pissed when he didn't win. But yeah, the man was incredibly talented and taken way too soon, and it's a fucking shame.
Yeah. Hey, Movie Spud, by the way, pointing out, yeah, colonoscopies are really important. He had cancer. Movie Spud had arse cancer, as he called it, but this colonoscopy caught it early. That's great. Perfect. Exactly. And I mean, hey, Chadwick Boseman obviously succumbed to colon cancer at the end, toward the end of his life. But Liz, what was your most memorable performance for Chadwick Boseman over the course of his career?
I mean, yeah, for me, it still has to be Black Panther. I saw that in theaters 6 times, but like I said, I really liked 21 Bridges a lot. I think that was one of the first films that I had seen after seeing him in Black Panther. So, you know, just to kind of get, you know, view him in the light as another character. And yeah, in this film as well. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, he was
The Five Bloods. That was one of his last
thank you.
movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I bawled my eyes out when I found out that he had passed. So, you know, it's a shame.
Yeah, it was one of those moments. It's like Chadwick Boseman, Kobe Bryant. Like you just don't expect to hear that, right? Like he was 43 years old. Like that's
Yeah.
And it was
And the
just
fact
like
that
it
he
was
was
so
working while going
sad.
through all of it. Yeah, it's just
Like I straight up didn't believe it, and
Oh, he was in
I was
Fringe?
like,
I didn't even know this. I'm gonna go back and watch that episode of Fringe. But sorry, go ahead.
I mean, he was in a
Yeah,
bunch
that's
of TV
right.
shows.
Wow,
He was
that's
in Law
totally
and
forgot he
Order.
was
He
in
was in
Fringe.
CSI. He was in ER.
I
I'm looking
love
at his
Fringe.
IMDb right now.
I
Yeah.
love Fringe.
He was in a lot of episodes before. Like 42 was like his like first major, like really major movie. He was in The Express, but it was but 42 was like the first like really big thing. And then 3 years later he booked Civil War, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Captain America and everybody in the MCU, we talked about I think even now we talk about it. It's a situation where the MCU had to completely change direction. I feel like the MCU would look a lot different today if Chadwick Boseman was
Yeah,
still around, because I think they were setting
absolutely.
him up to be the next face of the franchise. And
Yeah,
I just don't think Kevin Feige ever quite, and the rest of the team ever quite figured out, somebody else to kind of step in and play that role. And we went
yeah,
from Captain America and Iron Man to, potentially setting up Black Panther, to then not having any of those three around. And that has completely changed the direction of the MCU since. And I think in a lot of ways, it's for not for the better, because we have an MCU now today that is struggling to keep up with its glory days, as it were. And I think the first Black Panther movie for me is one of the top 5 MCU movies of all time. It has some issues with that third act CGI, but outside of that, I think the storytelling, the production design, by far probably the best soundtrack, and in just so many ways, it was an amazing movie, and just a great experience. I mean, I think again one of the best villains of the MCU. So for me, Black Panther is probably his most memorable work. It's just every time I go back and watch that movie, it's an uplifting movie. It has moments where it gets pretty dark, but it's just the opening sequence. I feel like the way that movie kicks off is one of those movies where you're like, you just want to turn it on for the first 10 minutes, because it will just put a smile on your face. When he goes back to Wakanda for the first time after the events of Civil War, and how things go from there. But yeah, Chadwick Boseman, guys, today was his 5-year anniversary of his passing. The same day as we celebrated what would have been Jack Kirby's birthday as well. So two big icons who have left indelible marks on the world of Marvel in the comics and on the screen. So let us know in the comments how you celebrated or remember the memory of both Chadwick Boseman and Jack Kirby. Of course, whether it's in the comics or on the screen, big or small. I will say though, Elite Easy, no Peacemaker spoilers yet. We haven't gone to it. We will get to it. So you are here just in time. I think we've talked about the whole recast and not recast situation in the past with Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa character. And
well,
I'm sure
again,
that will come up
I
again.
think there's a very good possibility they're going to handle
Yeah.
that in the upcoming films, because again, anything is possible in the multiverse. So we'll see.
That's true. That's true. Very much possibility. All right. Yeah. No, I mean, they were on All My Children early in their careers. Yeah, they were. Absolutely. That's true.
Also, by the way, love the sign, Liz. That's good stuff.
Just saying.
Liz is
Which is funny because one of the movies we're
resident
talking
rated
about
R
today is
superstar.
unrated. So,
Yikes, that is true. Okay, John, speaking of Marvel, though, let's move on to the next Marvel story, because speaking of rated R, I should say, Daredevil Born Again season 2
and speaking
is...
of iconic black superheroes, Luke Cage.
Great segue. Walk us through what's going on here, John. Another rumor. Mike Coulter
You
potentially
guys,
coming back as Luke
there's
Cage.
a possibility I'm meeting him this year. Wish me all the good vibes, all the good luck.
Good luck.
Yes.
Sweet
that'll be a great
but
meeting.
It's been pretty much confirmed that Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter is going to appear in Born Again season 2, but apparently there's a rumor swirling about that her better half, Luke Cage, is also going to appear in Daredevil Born Again season 2. So, this now, it's not from our least favorite boy, Jeff, but remember, fuck Jeff
My
Snyder.
Time to Shine and Daniel Richtman.
But My Time to Shine, who is not great, and Daniel Richtman, who's okay, are indicating that yes, Coulter will be the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Luke Cage, but we don't know for sure if he will show up in season 2 of Born Again or a third season. Obviously, this says what I just said. We do know that Kristen Ritter will be back as Jessica Jones, but we are not sure yet that Mike Coulter will be back as Luke Cage. I still have hope for it. I don't think about it anymore. I think there's always time. I don't think it's impossible. Anything can happen. And, they were, doing this little ditty at Des Moines Con. Didn't know shit happened in Des Moines, but sure.
It's a good spot. Don't be rude to Des Moines.
I'll be rude to Des Moines. It's 5,000 square miles of dull, or whatever the fuck it was.
No, it's the surrounding areas that are dull. Des Moines is the only city that's got anything going on.
Right. But they, they were pictured together. So obviously it's a convention. They're going to be pictured together. It doesn't mean anything. However, it's, I'd like to see him. Like, I will say, I would say the Luke Cage show was fucking underrated because everyone goes after Daredevil, which is fair. Daredevil is easily the best out of those four. But I would say Luke Cage is easily the second best. So, it would be awesome if he would come back. I don't know if you have any thoughts about this, Liz. I don't know if you cared about Luke Cage. I don't know if you care about.
Oh no,
culture.
I absolutely fully anticipate him coming back. I think that's what they're trying to do. They've been trying to figure out how to get the Netflix Marvel characters into the Disney Plus world. So I think they're using Daredevil as a way to do that. They've already done that with Punisher. Now they're going to be doing that with Luke Cage, with Jessica Jones, possibly Iron Fist at some point as well. We'll see what happens with that. But no, I'm on board. I'm ready to make it happen.
Actually, fun fact, Nick Cage got his name from Luke Cage when he was picking a stage name. So, because he is a huge comic book nerd. I mean, he named his son Kal-El. Like, it's pretty obvious. But yeah. Apparently Des Moines has a nice downtown. That's very nice to hear, but I will never visit there because why would I visit Des Moines? Why would I visit Iowa?
They have a huge Bass Pro Shops.
Okay, we have a huge Bass Pro Shops here. Is where's the pyramid?
I guarantee you it's bigger out there. I guarantee
where's the pyramid one? Where's that one? The famous pyramid one.
I know what you're talking about. Is that in Des Moines? And I gotta Google it.
It is the Memphis Pyramid. It's in Memphis.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh wow. Just waiting for his moment.
But yeah, it now is a Bass Pro Shop, and it's
Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, they're all under the same umbrella. Money.
Yeah, so. Buc-ee's and all that shit,
No, Buc-ee's is different. Buc-ee's is its own. Don't go there. Don't go after Buc-ee's. You're gonna.
I'm not saying Buc-ee's is bad. God, I don't want the entire Midwest to fucking kill me.
I mean, we also have Cabela's in Connecticut too. So
yes, because they're under the same umbrella. They're cool. They have giant fish tanks and shit. Anyway, what is this show today, you guys? What are we doing?
Dan, what are your thoughts on this? Do you care?
Interesting. Okay.
He's having a snack.
But we love
I can
Luke
hear you
Cage.
snacking.
We love Mike Coulter as Luke Cage. Good dude's a good actor. Did a great job as Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time we saw him, he was like handling the crime part in Harlem. So we'll see how that happens. So,
Well,
anyway.
I hope we get more from him because I didn't like the way his story ended up. I didn't like him essentially taking the role of the former bad guys because that's just a bad kind of omen for how things are going to turn out for him. So it would be nice to see if we can dial that back and make sure that he's still the good guy that we all know and love. So
yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next rumor that apparently major details about Loki's role in Avengers Doomsday have been revealed allegedly, but this is Unboxed PhD. This is Unboxed PhD. No Jeff, thank God. But
you guys vote in the chat if you want these freaking sound effects to continue, please.
Yes. When we last saw Tom Hiddleston's Loki, he'd taken his place on a throne situated at the Citadel at the end of time. So now we're doing, multiverse stuff. But apparently Loki will return in Avengers Doomsday, allegedly. And we now have spoiler details on how he'll be brought into the movie. So Unboxed PhD was first to reveal that Hiddleston is rumored to have filmed today for Avengers Doomsday, which leads into our boy Daniel Richtman to say Tom Hiddleston has filmed a scene in Steve and Peggy's home where he's having a conversation with them. So Loki will be leaving He Who Remains' his old fortress to share the screen with Captain America and Peggy Carter. We'll see. But he's, saying, I'm very excited. It's been an extraordinary chapter in my life playing Loki, and it's not over yet. It's really remarkable, actually, that I can talk about it because mostly I'm in a position of knowing and not being able to say anything. It's strange, you have to be disciplined about carrying the secret around. Yes, God knows Tom Holland is not disciplined at all. But thoughts on this? Do you believe this for a second, anybody? Or, yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I don't. It's a rumor that it's Unbox PhD has good sources. He's
Yeah. He's not
they
like
get all these
Jeff.
photos.
Fucking Jeff. What a loser.
Oh my god.
Liz is already tired of this, but it's fun. I'm not surprised. I feel like we know he's in the movie, so I'm not surprised he's filming scenes for it. We know the supposed set that's meant to stand in for Captain America's and Peggy's house in the 40s was officially, I think, in the script labeled as like Luke Cage's house or something. So the pieces fit. Like I'm like, this is probably true, as far as rumors can be. So yeah, I believe it. All right. Well,
thoughts on this, Liz?
I love him. I met him. He was on my Christmas card. I'd be happy to see him back. I don't put anything past Marvel. I don't give a shit what anybody says. They're gonna bring every fucking person back. They're gonna bring everybody back. Everybody that's ever appeared in any Marvel film at any time.
Even the guy who played Captain America in the film serial who died of a heart attack right afterwards because
of the resurrect his corpse and just hold him up in the background.
They're gonna Weekend at Bernie's Dick Purcell.
100%. So, I'm telling you, that's where I'm headed now with all of this. I don't give a shit about these spoilers. I don't care about any of that crap because Marvel's gonna do everything they can to get as many butts in seats as possible, and they're gonna throw us everybody. I
don't know if Loki's gonna get season 3 because it just depends on the story, and I think they probably don't need a season 3. They kind of wrapped it up.
Season 3, and on top of the fact that it kind of hinged on the Kang storyline, and that's no longer happening. So
they sort of killed off Kang toward the end of that too, right? They sort of said, "Oh yeah, TVA got him. They got all the Kangs." So
got every Kang in the multiverse. Yeah, okay, sure.
Well, you know how the TVA goes. Yeah. Lots of bees, buzz. But
we still have more buzz.
SpongeBob reference.
Guys, apparently we got another rumor. Gotta get another fucking rumor. So, got to talk about this. So, again, no Jeff. Thank God, no Jeff rumors today. But speaking of Kang Dynasty, that obviously that was the original plan, but now they had to, roll back and backpedal and redo. And now we're at Doomsday and Secret Wars. But apparently a story from Murphy's Multiverse, which is barely a good source. They, were receiving some attention that they were like, that maybe that a third Avengers movie of the like Doomsday and Secret Wars, and then after that, whatever. But a few social media supers have hinted that the report is on something. Well, the piece's author, Charles Murphy, took to X to explain. Had to put this together today after a conversation with one of the best sources I've ever had. I'll stress this was a conversation, not info sharing, but it gave me plenty to think about. The hiring of new writers or directors has not been made public, and no new production companies that aren't already believed to be accounted for have been made. That would mean that the film would be something that's been in development for a few years, and that would, of course, bring to mind Blade. It adds whether it's Avengers, Time Runs Out, Battle World, Everything Dies, or Illuminati. A bridge spanning Doomsday and Secret Wars is a fascinating, cash-rich opportunity for Marvel. Well, we'll see. So, allegedly, another... What do you think about this? This sounds like a load of baloney to me.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't believe this as much as I believe the other rumor about Loki, because it just, like you said, it just doesn't feel like something that... They need to put this out there. Look, Marvel is not known to be shy about having something on the docket that they won't tell people about, because Disney knows it's an opportunity to market the shit out of it, the technical term. Right. I don't think they would have a secret movie coming out in summer 2027 that they're not telling us about yet. It does feel weird because there's a bit of a gap there. And you know what? Even if they do have a movie coming out in summer 2027, even if it's a secret movie, it's not an Avengers movie. I think it's probably, well, if they do ever figure out Blade, but I don't think it's going to be Blade, considering they've taken
so many steps. We're not getting a Blade, guys. We're not getting
It's just not happening.
Not in our lifetime. We're not getting
I would believe if it was a third Black Panther movie. I would believe it if it was maybe
Shang-Chi 2. I've heard that.
Shang-Chi 2, exactly. So
it might be maybe I just don't think it's an Avengers movie. Happy thoughts.
Or maybe it's like the Young Avengers, like the Champions movie, potentially.
Champions.
Like something, I mean, because that they can get away with filming it alongside the other two Avengers movies because you have the cast there already. Maybe if that part of the rumor is to be believed, but I think overall we'll wait and see what it turns out to be. But yeah, it's hard to put a lot of stock into this early. It's too far out, and for all we know, they will just take that date off the release calendar. Like
bunch of baloney is what I think it is, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was doing a Jack Nicholson impression at the end there, but if you keep the camera rolling, anyway. So.
Where's the sound effects for that, Dan? Applause. Hey.
Oh, that okay.
Anyway, she felt funny. But if you keep the camera, you don't know that story, the Matt Damon story where he's talking about Jack Nicholson and how he took like this little bit and then he like extended it. Great, I'll show it to you guys later because it's really. You need
to, yes, definitely. Yeah,
I've seen it.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm going back in time with TARDIS for my Comic-Con and getting this fixed. Shang-Chi 2 makes sense so with Thor 4. Yeah, Thor.
Whoa, we've already
5?
had Thor 4.
Thor 5. I think a lot of it just kind of put that out of our minds that actually happened. But yeah. Maybe they could actually bring in, what was the character that they teased with Brett Goldstein? Why am I forgetting the name?
Hercules.
Hercules. Maybe we can finally get a Hercules in a film.
Oi, Thor, get over here.
So weird.
Okay.
Anyway.
The food's coming up. Okay.
We're going back to news.
Going back to news. All right, everybody. This is a new segment we're doing, primarily because it just happens to be making the rounds of the news everywhere on social media. People are wanting to figure out what is their Mount Rushmore of superhero characters. So to talk about that, I think we figured that, we can pick our own Mount Rushmores. Like we do tier lists and fan casts all the time. Why don't we do a Mount Rushmore casting or whatever you want to call it? So we'll pick our own Mount. We all did, with all three of us. John, Liz, all three of us, and myself, we picked our own Mount Rushmore of superheroes, who we think are the 4 essentials, and we can kind of give our explanations as we go through them. But I thought it would be interesting to go through them on the show today and talk about it because it's something that everybody seems to want to talk about right now, especially at a time when I think the superhero genre in general is in a bit of a transitionary period, if you want to call it that. So with that, John and Liz, let's turn on some good old American music because Mount Rushmore, of course, is as American as it gets. Not Toxic Avenger. Get that shit out of here. What is going on?
You're the one that fucking put on the wrong thing. That's on you. No,
I'm trying to figure it out. It's StreamYard's being weird. But anyway, superhero Mount Rushmore, John. Let's do this, shall we? So here's how it's gonna go. The order of the Rushmores is gonna be John, Liz, and then myself going last. So let's start with John's picks. John, we're gonna kick things off with your Mount Rushmore of superheroes. Remember, unlike a top 5 or a top 10, Mount Rushmore, if you guys don't know what Mount Rushmore looks like, there's 4 heads, 4 presidents on there. I forget things. Is George Washington's one of them? Lincoln?
George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt, and one more that I'm blanking on.
Thomas Jefferson. No, George. Wait, did I say George Washington? Yes.
Yeah, you said
George Washington.
I think it might
Thomas
be Jefferson. I think you're right.
Yes, it's Jefferson, Washington, Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes,
and
yes, it is Thomas Jefferson. That's what I thought, but then I'm like, I'm not too sure. Yeah. So,
all right. Well, John, who are your picks for your Mount Rushmore of superheroes?
So, I mean, I think we all have like the common 3 denominators, but we'll get into that soon enough. But the ones I picked, I don't know what you have, but like the first one is obviously Batman. As Dan like jerks off constantly, he's the fucking the superhero that built the house of DC, all that shit. So, but like it's hard to not like the man has been like ongoingly successful since 1989 in terms of a character. Like he's arguably the most successful in terms of media outside of comics. but he's just like, he's a character that a lot of people relate to, even though he's a billionaire. He's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
You know, he's just like, no matter how you categorize Batman, whether it's like the more like darker edged lone wolf that, like, you know, something like Batman 89 kind of did, or the more like compassionate Batman that was in like Justice League, you know, the infamous scene with him and Ace and like being with her when she dies and all that stuff, or like him being like this begrudging like father figure to like all these people that don't have anyone else and raise them to not be like him and all that, like the weather, or like the fucking batshit insane like fucking general like Frank Miller writes him as for fucking some reason, calls a 10-year-old a retard, but you know, that's a whole nother mess, but we don't talk about Frank Miller in this chat. So next up, of course, we got Superman. Of course, like, he was the OG. There would be no Batman without fucking Superman. So, you know,
we're
sure
doing
there's a fan fiction of that.
Comic book heroes, by the way. I think that's the idea
Hero.
here, Tony. We're doing heroes.
Yes, heroes. Because villains would be very different. But like, okay, you're just spoiling the next one, but okay. But yeah, Spider-Man, literally the best-selling comic book character of all time. Arguably, again, like, that brings in even more of that relatability. He was the first like kid character that was not a sidekick and like considered like lesser to the hero. He was his own hero, but he had like dealt with, you know, regular problem. Like, I have bills to pay. I have a shitty job that I'm not getting a lot of money. Like, he dealt with like everyday problems that everyone found relatable and, you know, the most interesting. And, you know, that's what, you know, and like, even as time went on, like, he grew up, got married, became happy, then, you know, Marvel ripped that away because they're assholes. You know, no matter what you do with the character, even though he's kind of been on the downturn in comics since like Clone Saga, it's still, you know, Clone Saga and One More Day, to a greater extent, but he's still the character that everyone knows and loves, that relatable hero that we all see ourselves as, like the everyday kind of guy, the everyday relatable kind of guy. Yeah. So,
all right, and we're moving on to the last one.
And the last one,
what's the last one gonna be, John?
The last one is kind of the, like, that's the wild card, because I feel like, you know, we don't know, but for me, it's Wolverine. I wanted to go with a Marvel character because I wanted it to be even. Like, you have the DC characters and then you have the Marvel characters. I thought, who would I picked? I considered Hulk, but I feel like Hulk for the 20th century, but now Wolverine with the X-Men movies and Hugh Jackman and all that. I feel like that the media portrayal of Wolverine really pushed like Wolverine to be on like the Mount Rushmore of superheroes. So for me, like, the first three were not a hard decision, but the last one was definitely a very, very hard decision, because it was like, who do I pick? I think Wolverine. His comics are usually baller. The movies were, half of the X-Men movies were essentially Wolverine and friends. So, you know, and like, he did become beloved from the 90s show. Like, there was that, but like, Hugh Jackman pushed that even farther. So, yeah. You know, Tilly's 90.
All right, that's an impressive Mount Rushmore. You even got an Aussie in there. There you go. Great. Well, actually, there's technically, it depends on which version you're talking. Anyway, well, there's only been one live action Wolverine. So, Liz, you are up next. How would you pick your?
We don't have to drag it out. Mine was very similar to John's. The only person that I swapped out was Captain America for Wolverine, because I agree it should be the staples, the ones that are acknowledged worldwide. I feel like Captain America being the first Avenger, even though, yes, Iron Man started off the MCU franchise that we're all familiar with now, but I still feel like Captain America was, was the start of the whole team.
I think that works.
And yeah, so that's it for me. I would have liked to throw a lady in there. I would have liked to throw Wonder Woman in there, or a notable Marvel gal. But just really, it's hard when you got to pick four. Those are my four. I think.
But I feel like it works because both sides have like the same thing. Like, Batman and Spider-Man are kind of the relatable heroes that are extremely popular,
Yeah.
while Superman and Captain America are sort of the like the American dream
Yeah, the
personified
American
of
one,
like kindness and hope and goodness, and
Yeah.
I feel like that works.
Never giving up, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, then for me, I think, you guys have said a lot of what I would want to say, but look, Mount Rushmore, you got George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy
Well, that's the Val
Roosevelt,
Kilmer
and
Batman you got up
Abraham
That was for
Lincoln
all
in
of
there.
them.
Yes,
Yeah.
for all of them. I know why people were calling out George Clooney earlier. That's the Val Kilmer.
That's
because,
Val Kilmer,
John,
babes.
yeah,
That's Val
because
Kilmer.
John loves. I think also that suit is probably one of the best designs, despite the fact that the head couldn't move as much. But anyway,
And
I mean,
nips.
right. But hey, look, the Mount Rushmore. Look, Mount Rushmore. You look at those 4 presidents and those 4 U.S. presidents.
Remember
Were they
when
the
we had
4
good
very
presidents?
best?
Good times.
No, but like,
Quite
but all
frankly,
4 of them
not all of them were
are
great either,
iconic.
let's be fair.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I think it's the idea behind your Mount Rushmore picks is meant to be you're picking the 4 most iconic, the 4 essential. Like the way I look at it is, if you wanted to talk to a superhero newbie, just somebody, if an alien walked onto planet Earth tomorrow and then knocked on your door and said, "Who are your 4 essential superheroes that you that I should read up on or watch?" Batman, Superman, I think they're the 2 OGs that you can't not talk about the superhero genre without them. Then I think Wonder Woman is one of the oldest and most recognizable, and especially in terms of like representation and just bringing in a larger audience. And then also Wonder Woman has one of the most unique comic book origin stories and incredibly powerful character, and I think it just fits in perfectly with the holy trinity of DC. I also like the fact that it's the DC Trinity here, filling out the majority of the top 4. But Spider-Man, you can't talk about superheroes without Spider-Man. He's the everyman hero, like John said, and in so many ways, he's probably the most relatable superhero out of all of them to most of us. And so I think this has to be the essential 4. I mean, Wolverine, yeah, you can make an argument for Wolverine as well, but I think in terms of like how long they've been around, in terms of their recognizability, popularity, as well as just overall, you're trying to like cover all your bases. I think every other hero sort of is a derivative of one of these 4. That's how I look at it. So yeah, and I think a lot of you guys in the chat are giving us similar picks. Yeah, strong women. That's what Wonder Woman's there for. Superman 2 seemed about Rushmore, Zod, Ursula, and Nott. Yeah, that's true. I was going to say Wonder Woman could get the 4th spot too. Exactly. Captain America, Hulk, I think, and even Thor potentially, or Wolverine are all good choices. But yeah, it's depends on again how you define your criteria. I just think for me, it just ended up being that these are the 4 essentials. You can't not talk about superheroes without Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and all the points you guys made. Those are all valid. So let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Drop your picks. I know a lot of you are watching live, so you're dropping those picks in the live show, chat. But feel free to drop
I will
them in the
say,
comments.
Dan, I sent you my list. Like Wonder Woman was so fucking close. So
I know.
don't denounce me, but like,
Yeah.
he was like. But the thing is, I wanted to be balanced. As Thanos says, balance.
Well,
I
feel like she does need to get that credit as like one of the most recognizable and like first major female superhero character.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's John's list. This is Lizz's list. Swaps out Wolverine for Captain America.
Chris Evans in there.
And then
I was
swapped
wearing my
out
Captain
Cap
America shirt
for Wonder
earlier
Woman.
today.
Nice.
So
I will say though, the fact that 3 out of the 4 are pretty much common and mostly agreed upon universally by most people.
That because it's usually the wild card. Some say Wonder Woman. Some say some say Iron Man. Even like someone would say the Hulk.
Hi. Yes.
Anyway, we Dan, we might have to do villains another time because like that's, I think less agreed upon.
Yeah, definitely less agreed upon. I mean, although you gotta put like Joker in there, maybe Lex Luthor. I don't know. That's Darkseid, I suppose, would probably go. Thanos. You know what? Yes, we can. We will make this a thing maybe for another show. Maybe we'll try this next time, like next week when Liz is back on the show. We'll do our villains. Yes.
That would cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, my guy. Maybe even millions.
Yeah, those don't come cheap these days. The first Superman comic, that is. Hulk's biggest flaw are his villains too compared. Yeah, we could. You know what? Maybe we could do a tier list of villains for. I think didn't we already add that as an option for the next tier list Tuesday? We'll get into that later. Okay, Adrian, great, good for you. Well, I'm gonna turn off this music, but wasn't that fun talking about Mount Rushmore and having that good old American music playing?
Not gonna lie, I thought that said Femboy Army, and I'm like, what? I'm like,
nothing wrong with that.
You
do you, man.
You do you.
Nothing wrong with
that. We could do a poll on that.
Yeah,
on
and we
the
could do
best
a
femboys.
In the chat.
Yeah, build your femboy army. Why not?
MTG giving us his villain,
our favorite
picks
sissy femboy.
God, calm down. MTG, by the way, when we do Mount Rushmore, it's not a top 5, it's a top 4.
Ignorance into it. You know? Who doesn't love a good femboy? Like, come on now.
Joker. Okay, all right. Next time we will do a Mount Rushmore. We will do the Mount Rushmore.
Oh God, do we have to do Mount Rushmore Mondays now?
Oh, John has an idea. Lay it on me. Anyways, okay. Well, that's a SpongeBob reference. We're gonna move on to movie talk madness. John,
we appreciate you, Adrian.
Yes.
Not everybody would be like that, so we appreciate it.
Yes. Oh, MTG is saying these are options: Joker, Lex, Magneto, Doom, Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Doom
would be a good one.
That's good. Those are a good set of options. Austin Power and us. Yes. Throwback. Those are the options. All right. Okay. Okay. Cool. Moving on.
Hour into the show, and we're not even past the news.
Well, Liz said it. We might be here. Okay. Yes. Ideas. Sidekick Mount Rushmore. We will worry about that then. A couple of weeks.
Now, Dan, we have to do it. We have to do Mount Rushmore.
I like Sidekick. That's a good one.
Okay, but we'll make it as part of the main show. We'll have to do Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we're not going to do a separate show, but we're gonna,
Mount Rushmore. It's got uniquely American appeal in a lot of ways. But
anyway, America.
Movie talk, America. We can have an evil Mount Rushmore and a hero. We just did the hero one, but yes. Okay, all right. Ideas are plenty in the chat. But John, speaking of ideas aplenty, there's an Avenger playing on the big screens right now. It's nothing to do with Marvel, and it's a movie that Liz, Elizabeth Marvel herself, went to see, as well as John, or Juan, or Jonathan Soreso went to see. Anyway,
no, just John. Just John. Nothing else.
And we're gonna talk about it. I did not see the movie, so I'm gonna let y'all take it over, because I saw an image, a very rated R image of the Toxic Avenger that really drove me away from wanting to check this out in the movie theater.
Was it when he pulled someone's intestines out of their anus?
No, it was
that one.
No. When he pulled something of his own out, that was yes. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right, great.
He did also remove
that is
someone's
true.
intestines through their
Jenny is one of the worst villains of all time. Her and Felicity Smoke.
Dude. Yes.
Anyway, movie talk madness. You all are ready? You want to talk about the movie? Cool. All right. Good luck, Toxic Avenger.
Yes. Let's get into Toxic Avenger unrated, because that's the only way a trauma film should be watched, is fully unrated. So I saw this movie, a last minute edition. A friend of mine with me who's also a big trauma fan. He, in fact, got me this book, Lloyd Kaufman's book, All I Need to Know About Filmmaking I Learned from Toxic Avenger. And if you recognize a name down there, this was co-written with ya boy that we talk about constantly, the man who can't get off threads no matter how hard he tries. Jennifer Holland, if you're watching this, please take away James's phone for at least a week. Just keep that in mind. But yes, I have this. Hopefully I can get it signed one day by Lloyd Kaufman, but I think it might be a little bit too old to go to cons and stuff. But Toxic Avenger, I was waiting for this ever since they announced it, and then when it was revealed that, oh, it's not going to come out because it's unreleasable, because it's like too grotesque, I'm like, fuck you, man. And then like a couple years later, they found a distributor and they managed to get this distributed. And, you know, I think this was so much fun. Like, if you are a trauma fan, if you're a gross out gore fan, this is right up your alley. This is weird. This is strange. It essentially takes the bare bones of the Toxic Avenger story. Weird, wimpy guy gets thrown into a vat of toxic waste and becomes the Toxic Avenger with his mop that beats up people. So it's like they took that, but they added some modern stuff into it. The original was like shoestring budget. It was like $1,000. It had nothing, and they managed to accomplish so much. They started Trauma from that movie. Toxic Avenger is the house that Trauma built, or whatever. Or Trauma is the house that Toxic Avenger built. That's what I meant. Anyway, but Toxic Avenger was like the OG, and they eventually went on to make some of the most weirdest, most disgusting, gross out movies of all time. It got 3 sequels, and then they finally remade it from our boy Macon Blair, who was in great films like Green Room, Blue Ruin. He was in the Swamp Thing show. He played Phantom Stranger in that. And this is his, I believe, his first feature as a director. And I think he did a great job. He understands the source material. He did his own thing with it, and it worked. I thought Peter Dinklage was great. I thought Jacob Tremblay was awesome. Like, he, even for his very small role, I think he did a really good job. Kevin Bacon as the villain, just beautiful. As like, he was, you could tell he was bringing in his old like Tremors kind of vibe of just like, you know what, I'm gonna have fun. This is gonna be an enjoyable experience for me, and I'm gonna have so much fun. Elijah Wood looking like a better Penguin than Colin Farrell in this movie, you know, and all of them do a great job. Even the smaller people that I wasn't aware of, they all did a great job. And I think Toxic Avenger is definitely not, as I was just gonna say, it's not for the faint of heart. It's very gory. It's not as gross out as I thought it would be, but it is very gross and very gory.
I actually think it's more gross than gory, really, but that's
to be fair, as a person who is more aware of trauma films than you are, trust me, this doesn't even scratch the surface of a gross out trauma movie. So, you know, yeah, I think the practical effects on Toxie were great. Just absolutely ridiculous. The effects were awesome. The jokes were hilarious. Like, me and my friend were the only ones laughing in the theater when we were watching that. We're like, come on, guys, this is hilarious. And it's just so much fun. Like, it's not like, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's where James Gunn got his start. His like first major feature was Tromeo and Juliet. So, you know, if it wasn't for Trauma, we wouldn't be talking about DCU Daily, because there would be no James Gunn and there would be no DCU. So we would still be dealing with the fucking shittiness of the DCEU, probably. So, you know, just like, I don't know what else to say. It's just like, it's funny, it's gross, it's gory, it's ridiculous. It's a little choppy, a little messy, but like overall, I had such a fun time with it. I didn't even care. But yeah, Toxic Avenger, fucking awesome if you're into that kind of thing. If you're not, then obviously don't watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's one of those, it's the kind of movie that I like because this movie knows exactly who it is. It's not trying to be anything that it's not. So there are some cheesy moments, there are some corny spots. It's ridiculous. It knows it's ridiculous. It wants to be ridiculous, and it definitely succeeded. I mean, just the fact that they got such a stacked cast for something like this is pretty spectacular. I had a good time with it for sure. Certainly not knowing really anything about Toxic Avenger, let alone the origin story. I mean, Elijah Wood in there, it's just, it was a good time. Yeah, it's gross. As I mentioned, there was a scene where he pulled somebody's intestines out of their butt. So you get stuff like that in there. But all around, it was entertaining, and I think that was the ultimate goal at the end of the day.
Wasn't he performing a colonoscopy? It's a bit old school, but maybe that's what the...
No, it was in like a fight scene in like a restaurant or something. He was just going through everybody and just taking them out in really absurd ways.
This movie is all types of ridiculous. I love Kevin Bacon's fucking Justin Bieber hair, you know, and just like the ultimate plan of why he wants Toxie is fucking ridiculous, and it's just so much fun. Like, it's like, you can go to the theater, you can wait till streaming, whatever it is. It's just like, just so dumb, so lovely, so wonderful. But yes, he is. Your boy Kevin Bacon is in it. But you know, let me know when they remake Mystery Men or Blank Men. Why would you want that? But I think this is like the way that remakes should be done, like bare bones of like understanding the source material, but having your own stamp on it. Like The Thing is a great example. Amazing movie. It's the bare bones alien in Antarctic, and then like just kind of going on from there, and it works. And I think Peter Dinklage does a great job. He's kind of he's the wimpy, sympathetic lead. He's trying to.
Peter Dinklage played this it's that just goes to show you like how dedicated he is, because he played this as if it was like the most serious role he's ever been a part of. I really appreciate his dedication and his talent, because he went full bore on this one, and it was like, dude, like you know what you're doing, right? But he went for it anyway, and I really appreciate that about him.
But I believe this was a stunt double. I think he just voiced the character when he turned into Toxie.
No, that was his nose. It was his teeth. I'm pretty sure that was him.
That's what I heard. That it wasn't actually.
Maybe not all of the time, but I'm pretty positive that was him some of the time.
Yeah, but whatever it was awesome. It was great. So, yeah. In regards to the movie, is recommendation and rating.
For what it is, I'm gonna give it we'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Again, if you like films like this, if you're going just for entertainment's sake, then yeah, I would recommend it. Would I see it again? I probably would, actually. So yeah.
I would recommend it. I would probably give it around the same score, 8.5 out of 10. I would say it's probably just as good as the original, maybe a little bit better. I think it's obviously better made because it has an actual budget with like actual actors in it. So like that helps it for me. I liked the gross out stuff. I liked it, but it doesn't go too far into like the toilet stuff that like some of the later trauma movies does, whatever. But yeah, Toxic Avenger, good stuff. I recommend it. I'd probably give it like an 8.5 as well. So yeah, good times. And there it is on Rotten Tomatoes. Huzzah. Giving around the same score. But now we move on to our next MovieTalk Madness film, and that is Caught Stealing. I didn't see this movie, so Liz, this falls on you. What were your thoughts on Caught Stealing?
This one, gang, I was really, really looking forward to it because it was so heavily dark comedy. Gang, there's nothing funny about this film. It was serious. It was a lot of shoot 'em up. It was a lot of, snatch and grab, stacked cast as well. Austin Butler, Regina King, Zoe Kravitz, Matt Smith, Vincent D'Onofrio, Liev Schreiber. It was a great movie. I really, really enjoyed it. There were a lot of different layers to the plot line. Essentially, Matt Smith was kind of the bag man for multiple groups, and actually had to leave the country last minute because he's from Britain, so his father got sick, so he had to go overseas, and realized while he was overseas, oh crap, this is the deadline that I'm supposed to be giving the money out to these various factions. So instead, all of these rival groups came looking for him, run into Austin Butler, who happens to be his neighbor, and just assumed Austin was somehow in cahoots with Matt. So they went after Austin and everybody that he cared about, and he had to find his way out of this tricky situation. So again, they tried to market it like it was a comedy. I promise you it's not. It's not at all. A lot of people get shot up. A lot of people turn up unalived. And again, you're wondering, how Austin's getting himself out of this, because everywhere he turns, somebody else is coming after him and has put him on their radar. But again, for what it was, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the acting. it was an interesting, like I said, just kind of just being in it with him to see how he was going to get out of it. And also throughout, it was shocking who did end up unalived and under what circumstances, because you're thinking you're going to be with everybody, the whole way through, and then there's going to be like some big massive like arrest or something with all the bad guys, but that's not the case. So for what it was, one of the original films that's out there, I enjoyed it a lot, but unfortunately it's just not the film that they've been advertising, in my opinion. Would I see it again? Absolutely. Again, I thought the acting was great. Bad Bunny was awesome. There's a cat throughout the film. The cat survives, don't worry, but you end up falling in love with the cat. And as far as a rating is concerned, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was okay, but again, it wasn't the film that I was expecting to see. I thought there was going to be some laugh out loud moments based on the trailer, and there wasn't any of that.
Where does this rank in like all the Darren Aronofsky movies you've seen?
Oh, you know what? Let me just pull them up quick.
Yeah, of course.
Because I want to be fair about it.
Right.
I think it's my favorite one, honestly. It's so very different from anything else that he has done. It's so far removed as far as subject matter, as far as plot, as far as pacing. I like Jackie. Noah was I like White Boy Rick. But for me, I think this is my favorite one of his, just because, again, it's not the film that I expected to see, but I did still really enjoy it at the end of the day. And I think the writing was good, the cast was good, so. And there was a lot of surprises in there throughout. So
nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has an 86,
there you go.
85, then it has an 84, 83. So very top scores. I'm just not seeing this out of spite because I got inundated with this fucking trailer for like 3 straight months. So yeah, fuck you, Darren Aronofsky. I'm not seeing your goddamn movie.
I was also gonna say, if you refresh the page, the audience score has actually gone up to 85. So it's climbing.
There we go. Boom.
There you go.
Refresh the page.
Both of those are pretty much in line. That's you would expect a Darren Aronofsky movie to do well, but financially, I don't think is gonna be making a ton of money. So it's not expected to be like the biggest hit of the month. But it's a Darren Aronofsky movie, and I mean,
well, again, especially because of how they advertise it, it's a hell of a lot darker than they would have you believe.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, let us know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Caught Stealing, is that one you'd like to go see? Some of you have already seen it. Let us know what you thought about it. And based on Lizz's review, is this more of a recommend for you, or would you rather skip it and wait for it to come out on streaming somewhere? Let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you, and of course also about Toxic Avenger. Let us know what you thought about the entirety of the news and segment, because now we have to switch over to the quicker part of the news, which has to do with some quick hits, as we call them. So I'm gonna hit that music, Bossa Nova elevator music. Liz, John, let's talk about some quick hits, shall we? Chloe Zhao, of course, the director behind Eternals, fresh off an Oscar.
Most boring Marvel movie according to many people.
She was very frank in admitting that the Marvel having unlimited amount of money and resources for Eternals was quite dangerous for her. And we've talked about it in the past, like, sometimes the best thing you can do for a creative is put them in a box and give them some restrictions, and they'll produce their best work. Whereas if you give them carte blanche with the budget or time and tools or anything and everything, you might not get the best results. We have seen that on the DC side with Todd Phillips and Joker Folie à Deux. Chloe Zhao, coming fresh off an Oscar win as Best Director, produced Eternals, which clearly, like you said, John, was just boring. I mean, a lot of people don't even remember the movie.
I can't judge it. That's just, I'm going off of what other people.
I saw it.
It was boring. It was the pacing.
I saw it. I could agree. Yeah, the pacing was terrible. It was so soap opera like at times, and the logic behind some things didn't work. They
tried to make it an epic with completely unknown characters. Like, and you can't do that.
Like, also, here's the thing: if it was meant to be an epic, then Chloe Zhao has no idea how to direct an epic. Like, let Christopher Nolan do it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but like, it's
You
just
had no
wasn't it.
connection with the characters. They really didn't have
There
the
was no
greatest
emotion.
chemistry. Yeah, there was really no emotion at all. You didn't feel anything. It was such a bummer. Visually, it was really pretty, but it was a total bummer.
It was like Timu Chris Nolan. So
Not even. I think it was like if no. I think it was a couple of steps below that, to be honest. Let's not insult Sir Christopher Nolan. And his, I mean, we'll see Odyssey next year, and then we're gonna be like, oh look, that's an epic,
yeah.
I mean, but hopefully, I mean, she'll probably make more stuff for Marvel down the road. Kevin Feige still loves her as a filmmaker, and she's one of the more well-known Chinese filmmakers. So I think, for her, lesson learned, and then, as a director, she had a bad day at the office. So anyway, let's keep on going there, shall we?
That's how it be. Anyway.
Yeah.
So apparently George Clooney's Jay Kelly gets a shocking discovery. A 10-minute standing ovation at Venice Film Festival. Getting a standing ovation at the Venice Film Festival is like getting a participation trophy in a kid's sporting event. It doesn't mean fucking jack shit. Like I could submit a movie about a guy taking a shit for 2 hours, and it would still get a fucking standing ovation. You could submit anything. You could submit Toxic Avenger for the Venice Film Festival, and it would still be, it would still get a standing ovation. Fucking Folie à Deux got a standing ovation.
That's true. You're right. You're wrong. You're not wrong about that. No. Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. You've talked about it in the past. You guys can find it on the channel. Like, do standing ovations really matter anymore? What do they even say about the movie? Because there's this culture of people feel like obligated to stand up and clap at these festivals for these movies. And most of the time, like, those 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or however, 9 minutes, or whatever the number of minutes is, people are just at the end of a long day and they just want to, get something to eat and go to bed. So, and some actors and directors have said so in the past, like, to be honest, I don't know, like, I'd rather just like get everybody home and then or to the hotel room so they can get some rest, because it's not usually the last thing that you do at a festival anyway. So yeah, I mean, better circulation, sure, like if you're drawing is saying, it makes headlines, but I think it's one of those things where when everybody's super, nobody will be. Like, it's that situation from The Incredibles, where now every big movie that goes to these festivals, whether it's Venice or Cannes or Toronto or New York or wherever else, they all get these big ovation. Well, eating before going to the movie. Here's the thing, though: these guys are like out there at the festival, making appearances, doing interviews, walking the red carpet, then having the screening for like 6-7 hours. Like, they don't have a chance to eat. So, but anyway, I think we made our point, John. Let's keep on going here.
Yes, we made our point. But going from the movies, the big screen to the small screen, apparently NCIS Origins sets David McCallum tribute episode with Adam Campbell reprising young Ducky role. I don't watch NCIS. I don't watch any NCIS. I know David McCallum was a huge part of these shows. I mean, one of the men from Uncle. So, it's very nice to see, but I don't have a ton to talk about.
I mean, it's good. David McCallum getting a tribute. He passed away a few years ago, so he's no longer with us, and his role is being reprised by a younger actor playing his character in NCIS Origins. And there's a big fan base behind this franchise, so for them, it's good to see. And like you were saying, Tony, in the chat, it's a good casting choice. It fits the description, so good to see. It's kind of heartwarming to see this kind of thing anytime it comes up. So.
All right. Next up, apparently Fox Corporation and YouTube TV strike carriage deal ending threat of blackout.
Finally, just in time for the NFL preseason and regular season to kick off, you've got Fox Corp and YouTube TV finally, made up and said, let's make money together, and they ended the threat of a blackout. Good for fans of the NFL, and if you watch Fox, for all the other reality show programming that they have, and The Simpsons, I guess, and so there you go.
I mean, all 5 people that still fucking watch The Simpsons, but But
cool.
still on the TV side of things, Sony CEO Tom Rothman says the studio is mostly horseshit, but it has a kernel of brilliant, blinding truth. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the guy who has fucking put Sony in the ground for the past like decade.
Well, we heard throughout the course of the studio season 1 airing that a lot of people who were working in the industry, especially at the highest of levels, they were like, it's so cringe sometimes because of how real it is. It hits too close to home at times, and you'd be surprised how real some of these scenarios actually are, and the kind of things that people working in Hollywood at the studio level have experienced. So yeah, Tom Rothman kind of comes across a little bit of like a little bit miffed by this whole situation, saying it's mostly horseshit and there's a kernel of brilliant, blinding truth. So I'm willing to more believe the kernel of brilliant, blinding truth part of his statement and the horseshit part of his statement.
Yeah, but it's Tom Rothman. Tom Rothman
said,
fucking sucks. So, you know.
Cool. All right, well, let's move on.
But now we're going for some SNL side of things. Apparently, Heidi Gardner is leaving after 8 years. I was kind of aware of the name, but
know her. Yeah, I've seen her in many sketches. She's done other stuff too.
She's in all of those commercials with David Levy right now.
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean there's clearly a big exodus of SNL actors going on, and she's the latest, not even the only one that we got today. I think
we have another one, Michael Longfellow, who looks like Thomas Dekker from Temu.
Also, no one knows.
You know,
he's somebody that not as many people probably recognize. But I mean, Heidi.
I can't be the only one. This dude totally looks like Sarah Connor Chronicles Thomas Dekker. I can't be the only one.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
That's totally does. But I mean, like Heidi Gardner, hopefully will find other bigger, better opportunities moving up in the world, like you said. They're making changes and there will be reshuffles. So, but best of luck to both of them in their future endeavors.
Yes, I don't know either of them, but good luck. But apparently, still on the TV side of things, Mr. Bean the animated series expands to Samsung TV Plus in North America.
This is the only time that's been appropriate, to be fair.
Mr. Bean the animated series, I am so glad this is still going. I mean, look, it's not really, I don't think they're doing new episodes, but they're expanding to Samsung TV Plus in North America.
Oh my god.
I feel like John kept playing that because that
No, I turned it off. Get the fuck out of here. You put it on loop.
Did I put it on? There's no loop option here anyway. Mr. Bean, man, I love Mr. Bean. Rowan Atkinson is an absolute national treasure, and the animated show is surprisingly good. I first saw the animated show like 15 years ago, something like that. It's been a long time that it's been around for. I don't think they're doing new episodes, but now you can see it on a Samsung TV.
It's been on ITV, CITV, Boomerang. So it started in 2002. Then it went till 2004, and then it came back 11 years later in 2015, and then it went to 2019, and then it got brought back again in 2025. So that's what this is.
Love Mr. Bean. Love Mr. Bean.
Talking about.
Oh, by the way, John, in the chat, Yush is here, and Figure Drawing is asking Yush if he missed the whole $50 super chat bet that was made.
Yeah.
What was that bet about again? I'm sorry, like I forget. There was multiple.
So
bets.
I think it was if Superman makes more than $600 million, which it did, then Yash would have to give like a $50 or $100 super chat. But if it doesn't, then Figure Drawing would have given a $50 super chat. So,
I mean, the numbers are right here. Let me pull it up. There we go. Superman has made $600 million. It's made more than $600 million actually. So, all right, Yash. I mean, I guess it's time. It's Figure Drawing calling you out there. All right. Well, in the meantime, John, let's keep on going with the quick hits, shall we?
Yes, the quick hits need to be quick. But speaking of Jack Kirby, apparently when Chris Columbus was still attached to the Fantastic Four film in the early 2000s, that he got unceremoniously fired because he was like, hey, the concept art should mimic Jack Kirby, right? That's what this is like based on. And then he went home and he had a call waiting for him that like, hey, you're fired. Very much in line with the superhero movies of the 2000s. Oh, how dare he say it be comic accurate? Get the fuck out of here. And look how that turned out.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, it's kind of sad that I would have liked to see what Chris Columbus could have done with Fantastic Four movie. So, yeah, makes sense.
Well, somebody said Double or Nothing. Yes, Chris Columbus was attached. He was just a producer. He wasn't directing it, I don't think. But he got an executive producer credit because he was still attached at one point. I'm sure per the rules they had to do that. So, yeah. Chris Columbus would have made a great fucking... Because he says in this article that he was like, I don't want to do a superhero movie because I feel like there are so many people that would do it better than me. But it's just like, bro, we got Thor Love and Thunder. If that shit can get fucking shat out into theaters,
well, yeah,
greenlit, you have nothing to worry about. You're still talented.
But also, if you read what his opinion actually was, he sounds like he was coming from a true place of being a fan. He wanted to take it from different perspectives and was like, how come we're not doing this? How come we're not doing that?
That's what he says there.
I think we probably would have gotten a better film out of it had they actually listened to him, but clearly they had their own vision and they didn't want to hear it.
Yeah, he worked on the script. He worked on a lot of stuff. But yeah, he was saying, happy birthday, Jack Kirby, but he was saying the concept art should be more like Jack Kirby, the Silver Age. And then I left that meeting, and on the way back from my house, I got a call from the head of 20th Century Fox saying I was fired and had too much of an opinion.
And again, I know I brought it up before, but James Gunn actually speaks about exactly this in his recent interview with the Smartlist podcast, where he was saying more often than not, it's the bean counters that make these major decisions when it should be the creatives. It should be the people that are actually have hands on the film, have actually read the comic books, are familiar with the characters and the storylines. But unfortunately, this is the result of things like that. And
it's a shame.
This happens.
It's a shame.
Adrian worked on a superhero. Good.
Yeah, I think Chris Columbus would be, kind of weirdly perfect for, like just like that overall vibe. And it does say right here, you could see it on screen, that he did work on a Daredevil script, and he was kind of circling, he was circling the Spider-Man movies. And fun fact, I actually have that Chris Columbus Daredevil script.
Ooh.
So I have a bunch of unproduced scripts that you can find on the internet of like all these movies that either happened but very differently or never happened. Like, another one I have. What's another one that I have? Hellboy, Rise of the Blood Queen. That's another one. I Am Legend 2. One of the early drafts of Green Lantern, but with the Jack Black version that never happened. So yeah, I have a bunch of those scripts. So I'm just saying, it's like a whole treasure trove of stuff. But yeah, it's a shame that he thinks that that he's like, I can't make these movies because other people made it so much better than me. But like, honestly, I think he could still do it. That's just, but hey, if he's not interested, then he's not interested. But I still think he could do it. I think he could do a wonderful job. And, don't sell yourself short, Mr. Columbus. I know. I get it. You made Pixels. Everybody makes mistakes. It's fine. It's okay.
Listen, he got Sir Pat Stew somehow to be in that fucking movie. So,
and you know what? He produced Nosferatu. So, like, the man's got his place. So it's fine. Yes, a lot of what if movie scripts, but
we should do like a whole video series on that, John.
I do a whole video series on my main channel about it, but it's just hard because reading a script takes time and you got to write notes on it and like get through it. So, and some of the scripts are not very good. So, you gotta try your best. But let's move on to the next thing. Ariana Grande, the cryptic announcement she made, it was for her tour date. Yay. Thoughts on this?
She's playing at the Barclays. I might try to see her. She does sound incredible live. So, I don't know. I like her.
Of course you did, Tony. But anyway, congrats to Ariana Grande. Can't wait for Wicked for Good, even though it's a stupid
for Eternal
title.
Sunshine. Like, I can't. My voice can't go as high as this.
Like
I
I
have
just,
like
just
I have like
can't.
4 of her 10 perfumes. The girl knows what she's doing. That's all I'm saying.
you know, like can't wait
fair.
for Wicked for Good. She's gonna do a great job. It'll be fine. But speaking of sequels, Devil Wears Prada 2 leaks
Ooh,
puts
the
spotlight
Tooch.
on New York paparazzi. So
It's the
know.
Tooch. I see
Yeah.
him right there.
and
Is
you got,
that
like,
Anne Hathaway in
discount
the back?
Michael Fassbender with tattoos.
I
in the
met
back
him. He
there.
went to my church for a hot minute.
Tooch? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Stanley Tucci.
Hmm.
Nice. All right, so the sequel is the latest target
I
for movie fans
make
and
a
professional
comic
photographers.
based on that. Call Marvel or DC. Do it. It can't be any worse with the shit they're putting out.
Oh.
I'm sure you could do amazing things, Adrian.
That's
I mean,
fine.
it is pretty much. It's pretty distracting though, considering they're filming so much of this movie in New York City. We see it all the time now, like the paparazzi trying to get a look at it. And I mean, a movie of this scale doesn't have as big of a crew as a superhero movie, so it's
That's what
the invasive nature of exactly like of people trying to get set photos, and just getting in the way of the actual work. It's not good. Maybe they should make some laws around that. So.
Yeah.
His cooking shows, yes. Yeah, I have a series on CNN where he like goes all around Italy eating
Yes.
food.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, my
Makes my
fucking
mouth
family
water.
fucking never shut the fuck
I
up
know.
about that goddamn show. It's like, oh my god, Stanley Tucci in Italy. I get it. Stanley Tucci, brilliant, love him. Italy, great country, love it. Part of my heritage. I just shut the fuck up about it for 2 seconds.
He's
Goddamn.
very much like Anthony Bourdain. Like he'll literally eat anything, which is impressive in itself. But
Yeah.
not for me.
And
Anyway.
the Tooch makes it all look and taste great. You know, It's all good.
Still on the sequel talk, Ridley Scott says he turned down a $20 million offer to direct Terminator 3. It's not my thing. After Terminator 2, he was like, you know what? That should be James Cameron's thing. I don't want to touch that. And me taking it, no, he already took my franchise away from me. I'm not going to do that with him. Let's just lead on from that.
I mean, although look, in 2003 money, 433 million. That's good. That's really good. That was a good amount of box office pull that it had back in the day. Before they.
But apparently he asked. Someone said, "Ask what Arnie gets." I thought, "I'll try it out." I said, "I want what Arnie gets." When they said yes, I thought, "Fuck me." And then he's like, "Nope, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good."
All good. All good. It would have been interesting. Yes, it could have been a very different movie too, but it's all good.
He could have been good. Could have been
Could have
good.
been good. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it would have been, and it would have been a full circle move. And as I said,
Mhm.
James Cameron did the sequel to Alien. It would have been funny to have Ridley Scott do the sequel to Terminator 2. So, you know,
Then we would be like, who did it better? Who went into each other's franchise and did it better? You know.
it probably would have been Aliens. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Anyway.
Well, I'm saying maybe that's what Ridley Scott was thinking too. So cool. Maggot Man, by the way, sounds interesting, Adrian.
yeah.
Keep on keeping on. Let's get to the
Last
speaking
quick
of
hit.
good things.
Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride, officially rated R for strong, bloody, violent content, sexual content / nudity. Oh, not the nudity. Yash might get offended. So yeah, the not Guillermo del Toro directed Frankenstein apparently got its R rating, and I couldn't care less because this looks like artsy crap to me. But that's just me.
It looks like it's going to be gross. Like the nudity is not going to be hot or steamy. It's probably going to be gross.
Well, yeah, that's what
I'll
it's
see
supposed to
it.
be.
I hope I like
Well,
it, but
but-
I don't think that I will.
Isn't this direct? This is her directorial debut, right? Maggie Gyllenhaal. Am I wrong about that, or is this she's directing the movie?
Yeah, she's directing it. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
she's directed other things. Maybe this is her first like feature film, but I believe
Okay.
she has directed other things.
I'm trying to figure out if this was. I thought this was her direct because didn't this go through? Oh no. Okay, she's actually no. Wait, in her feature based on. Oh, she did direct. Okay, 2021.
Yeah,
The
she
Lost
did.
Daughter.
She directed The Lost Daughter.
Actually, we
Yeah.
talked about that when that happened. Okay, my brain is confused. Like, I've been on this show long enough that we have talked about other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
We're stroking out.
Cool.
We're stroking out.
All right.
Better than stroking off, right? I mean, what?
Oh,
Anyway,
well.
that's it for quick hits, guys. That's it for quick hits. We're done. Goodbye. Turn this goddamn music off. Anyway, let's move the fuck on. Dan,
I need
did you want to say anything?
No, yeah. Let us know what you thought about all the quick hits. I need a more wider, a more broad set of sound effects for the show because I'm just working with
Or
like
just
7 things.
not. Just not.
All right, guys, let us know in the comments what you thought about all of that. Liz is jealous, saying Tony. Yeah, it is.
Because
Brian Frank is
it's
satisfied.
because I met Jennifer Beal.
Isn't it
Tony's
Jessica
jealous
Biel?
of it.
There's Jennifer Beals and there's Jessica Biel.
Oh,
yes,
that's
I don't think this is the
confusing.
remake of it, but this is yes. To answer that question though. All right. Okay. Well, with that, guys, as we always like to say, it's time. It's time. It's DC time.
It's another project that's been blessed from the beginning.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see
Right there.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Now you want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts.
Here we go.
Victory mine. Ask me how am I doing? I'm telling you, really, I'm doing sublime. I never wait in a stewardess line. I just go do it. I'm moving my time. Really had nothing to do with it. How am I moving? I'm moving like you want to shine. Follow my lead. Don't listen to lies. I had to put me all on the line. That's why I know that victory's mine.
I prefer Jared Leto. Hunka hunka.
All right. Well, change the graphic there. Hello and welcome to another episode of DCU Daily. It's gonna be a fun show.
Liz, that's interesting.
Is that aimed at Tony? What is
Don't
going
worry
on
about
here?
it.
Is there
Don't worry about it.
stuff going on in
Between
the
me
chat?
and Tony. Between me and Tony. You shut up.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of
Don't
Liz,
you worry about it.
John, what are you most excited to talk about on DCU Daily?
I'm excited to talk about Peacemaker. Very excited to talk about that.
Cool. By the way, to answer quickly MTG's question from earlier in the show.
Yeah, they did.
The bride. We're talking about the Maggie Gyllenhaal movie. Yeah, they pushed it back. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, figure drawing saying I like women that live. Yeah, you know what? Au natural.
Instead of getting plastic surgery. See,
yeah,
Liz is au natural. We appreciate.
And Jennifer Beals is also
First
aging
of all,
like.
you don't know that, and second of all, I don't know if I'm going to take that as a compliment or not.
Hey, you could look like a fucking Meg Ryan or something that got plastic surgery and now she looks like an eel.
All I'm going to say, gang, moisturize and use that eye cream every once in a while.
And
SPF
see,
all
Liz,
the time.
right.
SPF all the time. It will save you. But moisturize, I beg of you. Wash your face every day.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of moisturizing, we have this.
Oh, before that, no, hold on. I just wanted to.
Hey, there
speaking
it
of
is.
moisturizing, there's the photo.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, I figured I find it and put it up, and then I think I have the photo of Liz meeting. There she is, Jennifer Beals. Yeah, her daughter is like in modeling or acting now. Yeah,
I don't even know who fucking Jennifer Beals even is.
Flashdance, yo. Flashdance.
Yeah, Flashdance.
She's also in Star Wars, right?
She
was in
that,
the book of Boba Fett as well.
Okay, I don't give a flying fuck about the book
And
of
the
Boba.
L
Nobody
word.
cared about the book of
With
Boba
Snoop
Fett.
Dogg.
Okay.
She was in the L word with Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah, and that the guy who now hates gay people. Cool. It's no problem. Anyway.
No, the guy who believes seeing gay people will turn you gay. That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if that's what it was, then sure, why not?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Patrick
Put the lotion in a fucking basket. Anyway.
All right, we're here to talk about DC.
Yeah. And look at Liz moisturizing, and we have Batman.
Ew,
body
that's a
wash.
3-in-1 gang. Come on.
It's Gotham grape flavor, John.
Listen,
Gotham grape
is my
scented.
I don't want to smell like grapes.
Grape is my
fuck?
favorite scent. It's my favorite flavor. But
Gotham
3-in-1,
grape.
I cannot abide a 3-in-1. I cannot.
Never buy the multiples in one because that's just not good, guys.
You're being
Not good.
cheap.
Although I did have grape jelly beans earlier, so
And it's not good for your skin. But I love grapes.
I do like this bat
I'm not mad about it.
logo design, but also
that's
John,
the Rebirth logo.
Look at it. It's 3-in-1.
That's going up somebody's butt, you guys. No.
What?
No,
Someone's
and then
putting
that
that up
that
his butt.
EMT guy will be like,
Someone's putting that up their butt. 100%.
and then the EMT guy will come in and be like, guys, don't
100%.
guys. I don't know who that EMT guy is, but the guy who's like, like I remember there was some girl that looked like she was getting like this glass vase thing that looked like a butt plug, and she was and the EMT guy was like, "Don't." I love that guy.
I mean, look, I'm just gonna say this, it's the 3-in-1 Gotham grapes, and where they've got that sticker on that body wash body. I'm just saying, like, it's a double, triple entendre, maybe.
It's all three. It's body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. How the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
3-in-1's
does that
not
even
good.
work from
It's
like
not
a
good for your skin.
from like a science point of view? That should
Well, don't
not
worry.
work.
It's going up somebody's butt, so don't worry about it. It's not. You don't have to worry about the rest.
Are
of
you
it.
talking about the container or the soap
Yeah,
itself?
the container. I mean, they're going to use the soap to get the container up there, but it's happening. Look at that thing. Ridiculous.
It's just the pointy ears. I don't know if that's comfortable.
That'll be the other end.
I don't know. Like, it can't be a trainee. It's someone who has to have like something gaped. So it's to make sure to
that's why they're using the soap. That's
okay. We're gonna move on from this topic.
I'm just saying, like,
don't do any
shit
of it.
flavor, shit soap. It has a
don't
cool
do
container.
Any of it
but
is my point.
Yeah,
none of it's good for you.
I actually had, speaking of Batman soap, I did have the limited edition Dr. Squatch, the Batman soap. It did not smell it smelled like leather, and it was like, that's not great. However, the Riddler soap,
that's not great.
Was so good. I still have it like 3 years later. I want to use it. And I said to myself, I will use the Riddler soap when the new Batman comes out. So I'll in 2027, if I still have that soap, I'm using it.
I mean, cue the meme of the no.
Yeah, just going through the autistic
Appreciate
shit.
You,
Yeah.
I didn't realize this was gonna generate as much conversation as it did, but there we go.
Yeah. It's if you've got a 3-in-1, it's gonna either dry out your hair or it's gonna dry out your skin. Either way, you can't.
Yeah,
use both.
don't get the proper stuff. Get something
if you're shoving this up your butt, you're gonna get a chapped booty hole. Is all I'm saying, because it's gonna dry the skin
just
out.
Get a normal butt plug or a dildo. Like, that's
practice.
Make sure it's lotioned up properly and just
safely
clean it after you use it, or do like an enema beforehand, so it's like cleaned out, and then you don't have to clean the dildo or butt plug.
Nothing wrong with butt stuff. Just be safe, gang.
Yeah, obviously.
If you take anything from this episode, colonoscopy, get your boobies checked out, practice safe.
Yeah, and also check your testes in the shower. Make sure there's no
check
bumps.
Your testes in the shower while doing butt stuff if you want to. We're not judging.
I mean, you gotta, like.
We're not judging.
And then you gotta feel the sensations down there a little bit. Like, just make sure.
Dan, it's 2 a.m. What do you want from me, man? I'm just like, come on. It's been a long.
Yeah, just
I'm on vacation, gang.
That should be the sound effect. Get the Pornhub sound effect in here. Boom, bum, ba-dum.
I don't know what that is.
You know what that is, Dan. You know damn well what that sound is. Anyway.
Bat plug. I would get it for a friend, but I would get it.
They've got one. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm sure it's on Etsy. Like, I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm sure they have the monster dildo things. They had the whole, remember the Shape of Water one, the Babadong. They had all those. What? They have monster. Yeah, they have monster dildos. You didn't know that? There's like tentacle ones and all that shit.
I'm not judging. That's just not.
I'm not judging either. I'm just saying they exist.
Oh, found it. I'm gonna send it to you guys.
His friend.
Why would you send it?
His friend is Johnson.
There you are. Anyway.
I don't even know anymore.
DCU Daily?
What are you putting in the chat, Liz?
I don't know what's going on.
There it is. Okay, good. Honestly, that's kind of lame. A little bit lame.
Why would Batman be great, though?
Because it's Gotham grape.
Shouldn't the Joker be grape, or Two-Face should be grape? Why would Batman?
I don't know how we got here. I think it's the image on screen somehow. I can't.
Well, the thing is, I think it's Gotham grape. It's like alliterative, but it should be like Batman.
Joker should be the grape, or Two-Face should be grape. That's what I'm saying. or Penguin. Sometimes Penguin.
Well, I think Joker makes sense because he has the purple suit.
I don't know what
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it's just like it's alliterative, but like it should be like Batman bath salts, whatever.
But
the fuck
again,
it
you
should
can
be.
use Gotham Grape for any of these other guys too.
Yeah.
But
Also,
Gotham is anyway. Okay, I'm
anyway,
not gonna
let's move it on along.
Anyway, James Gunn. Speaking of Batman, James Gunn. I wouldn't mind seeing Chris Pratt get something up the ass.
I
Like
knew
the
you were
man
going to
needs
say
it.
that. No, he can't. He can't. No, he can't be Batman.
He needs to be pegged. Chris Pratt needs to be pegged.
He could be Bruce Wayne, but he can't be Batman.
I don't think he could be either, but I'm just saying, like, I agree with James Gunn. It should not be the case. I could see him for Booster Gold, like, you know that.
Agreed.
Batman butt plugs? Is that what you're talking about?
Somebody said that in the chat. I don't know. Adrian did.
Yes, it's it's just like I love how it says Batman butt plugs, and then the next comment is Enterprising. My goodness, those things take me back. The Batman butt plugs take you back. What are you trying to say, Enterprising?
I don't know.
Again, I sent it to you in the chat, gang. So
I'm not clicking on that thing. I don't want that in my search history.
It's just the image.
I've had worse shit in my fucking internet history. I don't give a fuck.
God.
My FBI agent can see all the fucked up shit in my search history. I don't care.
If you're not already on somebody's list, you're doing it wrong, gang.
Yeah. If nobody hates you, you're doing something wrong, Dr. House.
Yeah, poor Dan. I'm just I don't know. I think we have lost complete control over.
It's 2 a.m.
It's 2 a.m.
What kind of quality?
Insert golden earring song here. It's 2 a.m.
I gotta go to bed.
Okay.
Anyway, but it sounds like James Gunn does have a role lined up for Pratt in the DCU. As something else, yes, because he's like no to Batman. Which, yeah, I can't see it as Batman. But I could see him as something else, Booster Gold or Plastic Man or, fucking Adam Strange. I don't know. I heard that one.
I could see him as Robin.
I could see it. Maybe we should do a fan cast like Chris Pratt and the DCU fan casting. That could be one of
even
the
though
next...
everybody hates Chris Pratt now for some reason.
But you know what's crazy is every single actor that's ever worked with him absolutely adores him and has nothing but nice things to say.
Yep.
So maybe
Jesus Christ. I know we're getting into R-rated territory, but thank God Yash isn't on. Their pearls would be clutched.
They probably ran away. That's what happened. We probably.
I could see him as Catman. I think that could work.
Yeah, Hunter.
Not like the Adam West version on Fairly Odd Parents, but like Thomas Blake Catman.
Yeah. Oh Lord, indeed. James Gunn seems to think Batman ain't it, but maybe we'll still see a cameo. Yep. I mean, speculation is rising. Are we gonna get a Batman cameo in Peacemaker? Is it Batman? No, something else? Yes, apparently. John. Well, that's about Chris Pratt. But John, do you think we might? Is James Gunn kind of throwing us off? Maybe we will get Batman as a cameo in in Peacemaker.
He says we have some really big stars from the DC universe that are going to be near the season. They've been pumping up these last 3 episodes for a bit. So like John Steve AG said, like it's gonna feel like a whole new season. Nobody has seen them outside of like the main people. So
not even his publicist has seen.
Can't
John,
see
what
it,
are you doing, dude? Can you? Okay, let's. Okay.
I'm just saying. I opened it.
Not everybody.
I can see him as Steve Trevor. I think that could be a good.
Steve Trevor could work. Enterprising. That would be a good fit. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, there's 5 episodes left? No, 6 still to go. A Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah,
we'll see where the story goes from here. But speaking of where the story goes from here, I believe we have to talk about finally Peacemaker. Peacemaker season 2, episode 2. Here comes the review. Before we get into the review, quick, John, I think we had a couple of things. Like there was a preview out, so kind of looking ahead to what we're going to be talking about in a few minutes. What was expected on the episode is Economos getting a new handler, Flurry, after failing to distract Rick Flag Sr. from Peacemaker. while Adebayo deals with Kia issues, and Peacemaker handles Dimensional Aftermath as Argus acts to potentially shut it all down. Yep. With that, John, let's get into the review. I know that both of you have seen the show, the episode, 2 episodes into Peacemaker now, season 2. What is there to talk about? What are you most excited? And just, I guess, like any movie review, we'll start with just your overall thoughts, and then let's dive deep. Let's have these conversations, shall we? Liz, do you want to start us off?
We finally get Tim Meadows, gang. Tim Meadows makes an appearance. I know it's only
and he loves Ginger Cool.
And I'll tell you what, I am obsessed with his character. He treats his peons exactly the way I would if I was a boss. But he's just as outlandish and weird as all the other characters that we've seen so far. He fits in beautifully, and I just love the man. I'm looking forward to more out of him for sure. Eagly has a nice badass moment of badassery. John and I both had the same reaction to that. He kind of takes down some intruders, and we were a little concerned that maybe he was going to get shot. We were both like, oh my god, don't do that to us in episode 2, take out Eagly. But thankfully that did not happen, spoiler. So yeah, it's just a continuation for the story. Not a whole lot really happening.
Yeah, not a ton. It's mainly character stuff.
Yeah, it's more character stuff. It's introducing Tim Meadows into the group now, kind of catching up and seeing where everybody is as far as their relationships with one another are concerned.
Hey, Adrian,
and then
fun
again,
butt plug talk. Thank you.
And then again, Peacemaker is still kind of trying to figure out what he's going to do now that he unalived accidentally himself from the other world. So again, not a whole lot going on here, a lot of just character development and dialogue, but Eagly had a hot moment in there, so that was pretty fun. And again, we finally got our Tim Meadows, so we get to see what's going on from
there. He is in all his glory.
And he was great. I'm really looking forward to
how
he interacts with everybody.
Mexicana, titties. Love those guys. Encino Man.
It's the most rated R I've seen Tim Meadows.
The same way.
Yeah.
God.
Love it. And then, Ginger Cool. What's up, Ginger Cool? While you were learning about the Pokemans, I had 2 chicks sucking my dick. Like, I didn't think that would come out of Tim Meadows' face.
Well, and apparently his character has bird blindness, which is I don't know who writes these.
I can't tell how big this is. Damn you, bird blind. It's just Tim Meadows being himself. He almost doesn't fit in the show, but in a good way. It's just imagine if the cannibal from Brooklyn Nine-Nine was just kind of inserted into the show, and boom, there you go. It's just Tim Meadows just being Tim Meadows, and it fucking works.
It's great.
Makes
me so happy. Yeah,
when you hit rock bottom, the only thing you can do is dig. So,
yes, Pony Boy, yes,
Pony Boy, barely legal, Cupid doll.
That's the one. Now you've been downgraded to Cupid doll. Oh my god, so good, so freaking
Mexicali.
Good.
That's racist.
He was this should have just been the Tim Meadows episode. This was his episode. He was great.
Well, we got some more about Rick Flag Jr. from Rick Flag Sr.'s perspective, which was nice to see.
Finally finds out what happened, who killed his son, and now we're gonna wait and see what he does with that information and how he tries to drop the hammer on Peacemaker.
Yeah, I think
drop the hammer. Is that a double entendre? I'm just never mind.
But
there was still naked people in this episode too. So.
Yeah, I wasn't complaining.
Gird your loins.
We saw Bush this episode. We saw big old Bush, which
it's
love
out there.
To see it.
Sure. Okay.
I didn't see the post-credit scene. I was just so hell-bent. I'm I gotta finish the episode.
The post-credit scene was a continuation of that Pokemon conversation.
Right.
It was the whole thing plus a little extra. It was pretty.
I feel similar with what I went through with season 1, the intro will grow on people. Once we hear it enough times, I think I liked it a lot better. This episode.
I still don't like the song.
But I just feel for me, I had a different perspective when it came to the first season intro sequence. Because I watched it 1 or 2 years after it premiered, so I got all of the jokes and like the intro sequence, I never really watched it, but like I saw clips of it, but I didn't really understand the context. I didn't know what was going on. I just saw like images of it. So when I finally sat down and watched the show and everyone inundating me about how amazing the intro sequence was, I watched it and I'm like, that's it? Okay, they're dancing weirdly to a Wigwam song. Okay, like, because I wasn't there at the beginning when this was such a huge surprise that like I got it when everyone was like overhyping it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that was it. But it grew on me by the season end. I liked the first intro. Here, it's a weirder song. It's not really like a dance beat like the Wigwam song was, but it seems more like character driven, and it's a good song. So like, you know, I liked it a little bit more. That was good. I like that. Can you get me some of that? Oh, the coffee, right? Yep, I got you. So that was great. I loved, like, you know, just I love like Vigilante, just totally unhinged. Like, I love how just crazy, like the prison episode in season 1 was like, oh, this guy actually knows what he's doing. This guy's crazy. It's great. And then this one is just like, it just shows how much of a fucking psychopath he actually is, because he's just like chopping up a body, and he's just like the Peacemaker, and it's just like, this dude is crazy. So, you know, and Muppets, they're canon. Our boy Beaker is canon. Anyway, but that was great as well.
Of course, do you want to walk us through the Rick Flag Sr. timeline in terms of now being in charge?
So
people were wondering the whole Argus situation.
So it seems like he's been at Argus for 8 months. So 8 months ago, if this is like current and this is August 2025, then 8 months ago was like January or December of 2024. So, you know, obviously we'll have to see like what the actual timeline is. But it seems like, yeah, we've had him in this role for a while. And December was around the time, you know, Creature Commandos came out. So it like kind of weirdly works in terms of like an out-of-universe timeline. Like, we got Creature Commandos in December into January, and then it seems like right after that he became the head of Argus because of whether, like, now I feel like we got Creature Commandos, then we got the first season of this version of Peacemaker, like the DCU version of Peacemaker, and then we got Superman, and now we're getting the events of Peacemaker season 2. That's what I think the timeline is. I think he meant it for that Creature Commando starts and then like slightly change Peacemaker timeline in terms of 2022 shift to 2025, and then yeah. So you know, well, that was current. So I don't know when. Maybe that's supposed. I don't know. I have no idea. But whatever it is, I guess it's cold out. So, you know, fuck me then. So I guess it's not August. But I don't know. But yeah. Cool. But yeah, this is very character driven, like, kind of moving the plot along. It wasn't terribly funny, but like
the first episode there, it was snowing, but I think at one point in the episode they said something like 3 months later or something like that. So it's yeah. So the timeline did move at some point.
Okay.
Because they like roll with it, like weeks later, or months later.
Yeah. They had a roof party. Okay, that's great. Okay, got it. Well, I guess my biggest question would be, what were your biggest surprises in this episode that you weren't expecting to see 2 episodes into the season? Liz, what were you most surprised to see? And then maybe what were your biggest disappointments as well?
Again, are we spoiling? Are we not spoiling?
Yeah, we are, totally. It's just spoiler
so again,
warning.
as we're still trying to theorize what this alternate world is like and what the overall vibe is going to be, after some time has passed, after Peacemaker kills his, I don't know what we're calling it,
doppelganger,
the doppelganger, the other version, he goes back into that world and we hear his father and his brother kind of freaking out and, well, where has he been? He's been gone for so long. I can't reach him anywhere. Who have you tried talking to? Blah, blah, blah. So they mention a woman who's not Harcourt. And they also mentioned that Chris had a problem with pills in the past. So they were concerned that he was back on pills or something like that. So again, they gave us just a little bit to kind of, dangle a little carrot in front of our faces just for, more stuff to try and speculate about. So that was interesting. But I mean, again, the fact that both John and I were so worried they were going to kill off Eagly this early, and
I'm like, I'll stop watching the show. The Peacemaker reviews would have been done after this episode if they fucking killed Eagly. Exactly. If they kill Eagly this season, we're done. We're not doing any more reviews. Neither of us were going to continue.
Especially after this scene, because Eagly just came out and did the damn thing, and he just unalived everybody up in there.
Even had a badass walk to a needle drop. So
Yep. So, yes, but I mean, again, this wasn't a ton of action, but it was more about story building, and we'll see where episode 3 takes us.
Yeah.
Save the bird. Yes.
Give me the board. Give me the board.
Give me the board. The board. Board.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, R.I.P. Mickey Rourke in the MCU.
And everywhere else.
Sorry. Okay.
But James Gunn saying on his threads that Peacemaker watch parties on Threads will continue, but on most Monday nights, not on Thursday when the episodes first air. I didn't like discussing the show when people are watching for the first time. That makes sense. This gives you an opportunity to check it out and ask questions discussed a couple days later. More info forthcoming, and then the merman emoji. It can mean happy, sad.
Well, I think James Gunn was just saying it's like just stay off social media the day of. It's hard to avoid spoilers. It's one of those things that this show has a lot of twists and turns, but he also felt like for the same reason, he didn't want to be doing a watch party at the same time because it then forces people to watch the show the day that it airs. Because I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching after the fact, you might, you have waited to see this review because you didn't get a chance to watch Peacemaker as it aired, right? And it's on HBO Max. You can go back and watch it for basically a whole week until the next episode airs. So I think James Gunn giving everybody a few extra days till Monday every week to do the watch party allows more people to take part in there and ask questions. So it makes sense.
Very considerate.
Yeah. And if you scroll up again, John, I think that's essentially what James Gunn was saying in his reasoning. Just, and I think he talked about this before. He was like, I'm trying to figure out what the next new day is going to be when we're going to do this. And then right before the episode dropped, he said Monday nights. So if you want to do the watch party on Threads, then there you go.
He's like, it's unavoidable. Just one of those shows with a lot of twists and turns. So it pays to be cautious online when an episode first airs if you don't want to be spoiled. So yeah.
And I don't think Eagly's ever going to die. Eagly, it's such a big part of the show. So yeah.
Hope not.
Well, the viewing numbers, we did see that we obviously season 2 just started. So episode 2 has just aired hours ago. Episode 1, the premiere, the ratings rose. We don't have exact numbers, but we did see that the ratings rose. I think there was a certain percentage we talked about the other day. So the ratings have risen from season 1 finale to season 2 premiere. So it is on the upward trajectory, but I'm sure we're going to get that information either by tomorrow or early next week. We'll talk about it. Don't worry. We'll get there, Jalen. I don't speak Russian, said Justin Hammer. Yeah. Bring me the board,
Give me the board. I need to see the board.
Liz is not a fan. There you go. MTG actually, that was the percentage, 22%. We had the story on the show the other day. Increase in viewership over the finale. So to go from what the finale did for season 1 a few years ago to the episode, season 2 episode premiere, 22% increase is a pretty big jump. By HBO standards, I mean, look, overall, when you're talking Netflix and everything else, HBO has a smaller audience relative, but remember, season 1 was the biggest show in the world when it was airing, and so 22% increase from the season 1 finale was great. Eric is here saying episode 2 was so entertaining, not gonna lie. Exactly. Liz, John, how would you rate it? Out of 5 stars? I'll start with you, Liz. What rating would you give this one?
Again, because it was kind of a slower paced one, not a whole lot going on. I was gonna give it a 3, but I'll give it a 3.5 because of Eagly.
That's out of 5 or out of 10?
Out of 5.
Okay, I was gonna say damn, that's low.
Dan said 5.
For me, I'd probably give it like an 8. Like, I liked the character stuff. I wish there was a little bit more,
Out of
but
10?
there's only so
Okay,
much.
cool.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. What, 8 out of 1000? Like, come
Dan
on now.
said 5. So
We
I went
do
with
the
5.
movie reviews out of 10, so that's why I was
Maybe
like,
we should do the TV reviews 5 and movie reviews 10.
I hate 5
Yeah.
because you can't be as specific. So, I agree. Free the bush. I agree. More bush. I want it to look like the goddamn 70s again.
I have
Hell
no
yeah.
idea what you guys are talking about because I didn't get that far. But anyway.
Anyway.
Okay.
We were talking
well,
about butt plugs before. Don't act all high and mighty there. Fucking.
no, but I'm like
Lizz.
the general I didn't see the whole episode. That's why
I'm just saying, we don't have to get into specifics of what we
Okay.
like.
All right, cool. I mean, you guys have gone into some real specifics in the past, but to finish things up today,
No, the answer is no. He's going to talk to Waller. That's who he's going to talk to. He's not going to talk to Lex. He's going to talk to Waller.
Like it's gonna be Waller.
I like where
Also,
Jalen's
when
head is
did
at.
this happen?
Real. It's family.
Anyway, he's gonna see Waller most likely because she got arrested after Task Force X. So
Bobby Heenan, my monitor ran out. Yeah.
Damn it, Bobby. Anyway,
Bobby the
but
Brain.
yeah, he's probably gonna see Waller. Did this happen in the episode, or was it like a teaser for next episode?
I think it's a teaser for next episode, but he
Okay,
did
I didn't
mention
I
that he
didn't
was
make it through
gonna
the
be going
credits
to
because I'm
Bell
like, I
Reeve.
need to get back to the
No,
the
but
stream
he
to watch the
he
episode.
did say he was going to Bell Reeve to visit someone.
Also, like, I'm sorry, like it's just like it's spelled Reve. That's not a long e. It's you're pronouncing it like
So is it Bell
Reeve, like
Rev?
Christopher Reeve. It's supposed to be Bell Rev.
But they
It's
all say
Bell
Reeve.
Rev. Everyone pronounces it Bell Reeve, and it fucking annoys the shit out of him. It's like when people pronounce Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul. I'm like, that's not right. It's Ra's al Ghul.
Is it Ra's al? I thought it was Ra's al Ghul.
It's Ra's al Ghul.
When, where, what?
It was in the animated series. They say fucking Ra's al Ghul in the animated series.
But it's isn't it R apostrophe AS Ra's al Ghul?
Yes.
That's
Ra's
Ra's
al
al Ghul. Nobody says there's Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, you know who wrote the episode? Fucking Denny O'Neil, who fucking who made the character. So he says Ra's, it's Ra's al Ghul. Boom. There you go.
I mean, I also hate the fact that they in the Arrowverse kept saying Nanda Parbat. Like, I'm like, that's not how you fucking say it. It's Nanda Parbat. That's how you pronounce it. From somebody who's from that part of the world. I also think R apostrophe AS should be Ra's al Ghul. That's actually Ra's al Ghul. Ra's actually in Urdu and most Persian-based languages means secret. So if you're going off of that, so it makes much more sense that way. Raish, I have no idea what Raish would stand for. But anyway, speaking of Lex Luthor, John, do you think we're getting a Lex Luthor cameo? Is that what Rick Flex Sr. is going to go meet? Or who he's going to meet?
It's probably going to be Amanda Waller.
Okay. Hey,
He's
I wouldn't mind
like,
that's
hey,
a pretty big cameo.
what's up with Peacemaker? And also, why the fuck did you order to kill my son, you fucking bitch?
Rashmi kebab? Okay, but that's also spelled. Is that how you spell it? Rush anyway. Well, that's more like I see where you're going at, but I don't think that's what Ra's al Ghul is referring to. It's like more of a color kind of thing. No, it's not that. Now we're getting sidetracked. It's the Reeve effect. George Reeves, Christopher Reeve, Bell Reeve, Matt Reeves. That's actually pretty on point, Tony.
I get it, but like,
wait, but did they pronounce it Bell Reeve? I don't. Hold on, am I missing something here? Like
M2G, the Superman cops they call it Bell Reeve. I don't know why. It's with one.
But wasn't it? But it was Bell Rev and
Rev.
Suicide Squad, right? Okay. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't
potato, tomato. You know, cousins, and we're not gonna
whatever. It's dumb.
All right, it's Peacemaker season 2, episode 2. Seems like they're on a roll, and they'll continue to be on a roll. And while we are on a roll, before we finish up, John, we have one last thing here for the good folks who have been voting already. One more time, Fancast Friday, now hours away. Power Girl is 1% point ahead. So if you all want the Flash, Wally West Flash, as your winner, and that's who you would want to do a fan casting for, would you like to vote? Again, go right ahead. It's right in the community section. You can go in there, look through the post, And the poll is live. The Wally West Flash sitting in number second with 37%. Power Girl with 38%. Adam Driver in the DCU, who I really would love to do fan casting for, sitting at 22%. And the Doctor Who, the next Doctor Who after Billie Piper, sitting with only 4% of the vote. So it looks like Power Girl.
She's technically an alternate universe version of Supergirl, but she's different. She's more mature. She's a slightly darker edge character. She's more sarcastic. She's more sassy. A lot of people, and she was technically the quote unquote Supergirl for many years because her world got nuked during Crisis on Infinite Earth, so she came to New Earth, and Supergirl died during Crisis. Supergirl was dead until like the 2000s. That's when they brought her back. And then, I mean, Barry Allen was dead for 23 years. So, yeah, Terry Hatcher. Yep.
Yeah, because they're real and spectacular. Sure.
Yeah,
well,
two big reasons as to why Power Girl is.
It's a tight race. It's a tight race. A big giant.
Something else is tight. That goddamn uniform. Holy shit.
Okay, well, Fancast Friday as well as DCU Daily. Also curious. We're gonna see you for all of that and so much more tomorrow on a Friday to wrap up what has been an iconic week. There was a 10-minute section of this show where I was just like, I don't know, like we were just lost in the wilderness. It felt like, but yeah. I mean, look, James Gunn, I think would definitely use Power Girl. Have you seen his casting choices so far in the DCU? I think, John, it's what did you call it? What would you like to call it? It's the James Gunn's tendency to cast.
James Gunn loves his Latinas. I know that.
Yes, that's that exactly. That's what I was going for. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, Power Girl isn't Latina though, but we'll see. Salma Hayek. I don't know.
The Latina in the second episode of Peacemaker this season was nicknamed Titties. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Did she survive?
No.
I did understand what you were saying, Eric. Wait, Eric, are you Yash? Eric is Yash. Yash is Eric. I can't tell, or maybe they are two different people. Anyway, beautiful casting, olive skin beauties. All right, cool. With that, and on that note, I think we're going to wrap up the show. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Liz, John. It's been another fun episode of DCU Daily. Perhaps a little bit too much fun. I'm sure we will talk more about the fun. Okay, thank you, John. We'll be back on the show tomorrow. Until then, have a brilliant week, day, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And until next time, don't forget
peace
to look up.
It's another project that's been blessed from the beginning.
There's the shot right there. That.
Okay, we don't need to see chorus.
Right there.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Now you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Here we go.
Victory mine. Ask me how am I doing? I'm telling you, really, I'm doing sublime. I never wait in a stewardess line. I just go do it. I'm moving my time. Really had nothing to do with it. How am I moving? I'm moving like you want to shine. Follow my lead. Don't listen to lies. I had to put me all in the line. That's why I know that victory's mine.
I prefer Jared Leto. Honka honka!
Eat some fucking peace, Jeff Snyder.